It is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than the pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who return home to host Virginia Tech tonight. The Canes came from behind to beat NC State on Saturday for their 20th win of the season. Tonight's game tips at 8 from the Watsco Center. The game can be heard right here on WQIM. And to the Dolphins, who made significant roster moves yesterday, releasing Tyreek Hill, James Daniels, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, and Bradley Chubb. The Joe Rose Show begins now.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is
And wow, with all that news, Woody, holy smokes, in that update yesterday, and the phone's ringing like crazy yesterday, and I go, I told you it was coming. I told everybody it was coming. So is everybody else. Sooner or later, had to get cleaned up. Way to go, John Eric Sullivan. Had to be done. Somebody had to have the brass basketballs and say, here, I'm going to do it. And had to clean it up. It's the mess that was left behind is moving forward. All those things, those names you just heard. Bradley Chubb is the one who ended up having he had top 10 player in this team last year. He was really good. He had 8.5 sacks, easily could have 11 or 12 sacks, and flushed some of his plays to other players to have sacks. Nothing against the other guys. It's still, all counts. But I thought Bradley Chubb, considering he wouldn't get a lot of help on the other side, was really good. Just my eyeballs tell me. I thought he's really good, but his numbers, cap numbers, were so high, they had no choice. But he had 8.5 sacks. Bradley's going to be fine. He's going to make a lot of money. I happen to be a big Bradley Chubb fan. Tyreek Hill, I told you, I remember the day I said it, Woody. I said to everybody, you're going, well, maybe way. And now the league's doing the same thing. All the teams and all the places Tyreek Hill can go. And I'm like, okay, going to be 32 years old, dislocated knee. In case everybody had a short memory and didn't get that quick shot when TV went to it over on the side to see a knee like most of your knees will never see in their life. Even those of you that have had a blown out knee where you've tore everything, it was bad. ACL thrown in there, big cap number. Had a couple of great seasons, man. I enjoyed them. Enjoyed calling every one of them with Jimmy. They were fun. They were big-time numbers, 119 catches in back-to-back years, over 1,700 yards, the 13 touchdowns. Hell, he's voted by his players the best player in football the 1 year by the players. And he was unbelievable. But there's a lot comes with him. And we had to do it. Big cap number, big salary. No way. No way, had to go. Not personal. He got paid a lot of money. Don't even have a lot of sympathy. He'll be fine. And now we kind of wait and see what he's going to look like. For all these guys have already decided he's going to play for like 12 different teams, and he's going to look like the old Tyreek Hill. Slow down a little bit. On that one. That knee, and listen, he is, as the doctor told me, he is a freak of nature like we've never seen physically. If anybody can come all the way back and do it, it's him. But right from one of the doctors. So I was like, okay, I listen to guys who know a hell of a lot more, especially about the medical field. So he's out. Done. James Daniels. 3-play James Daniels. No-brainer. Goodbye. Take care. Somebody else will pick him up and go. And then Ikhine was really Westbrook-Ikhine was no surprise. They didn't play him at the end of the year, want him to get hurt, and wanted to make sure they weren't on the hook for this year. So that one was coming. And we're not done. We're probably not done. And I know, because all I got all morning coming in here, what about Tua and his $54 million salary? What about Minka Fitzpatrick, Austin Jackson, who, again, I love to keep Minka and Austin if you can. But I understand that if some money has to go, and if Minka going to be an interesting one, if he wants to stay here or not. I'm guessing his people have reached out to the team. But the big one is the big one is the quarterback and Tua, and when's the best time? Can you find somebody to trade with, even though no matter what, you're going to get stuck with a lot of that. We're going to be paying a lot of that money, no matter what happens, whether we release them, obviously, when then we got to pay all of it, or somebody trades with us and we throw in a draft pick. I mean, hey, listen, we may have to throw in some more. We may have to throw in a 3rd round pick or something to or a 4th round pick to throw that in and still pick up a lot of that tab for Tua going forward. So anyway, we have all that. But yeah, man, it was coming in strong, and some of those guys won't officially be cut till the best times, the different times the NFL has to get the most relief for the Miami Dolphins on this cap. So we have all of that stuff going on, man, and it was a wild one. And then we had a lot of NBA. I got to tell you, man, Saturday, watching a little bit, and then Sunday watching the All-Star game. They upgraded it. They absolutely upgraded it. It was kind of weird. And so talking to my dad, who's old school, had a little trouble with it. He doesn't understand why there just doesn't have the East against the West. East and West, and let's just play. Why the hell do we have to pick teams? What? We're not going back to like where you're outside and you pick all your buddies on one team and the other guy picks his buddies and you play and all that stuff. And but yeah, I think they did a good job. They got a lot of stuff on that. I thought a lot of that stuff they got right. Final game, watching it, even though it was a blowout, the young guys beat up the old guys in the Stars and Stripes and all the different teams that were put together. But man, I'll tell you what, those young guys and Wemby, I give him a lot of respect. He could have done what all those guys in the old NBA All-Stars want him to do, because they all said, listen, man, this is the way we play. This is the way we're going to do it. This is the way it's been for a long time. And you're like, oh, boy, they're going to go out, even though it looks different. And there's a little different format with the world team. And you're going, oh, boy, these old guys are going to get their way where it's just going to be a dunk contest and shooting wild threes and laughing and jogging up and down the court. And that's not what people want to see, man, even if it's an all-star game. And you got a pretty good show. Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards got after it, and they gave all the credit to the big center from San Antonio. Blocks his shot right off the bat, and it kind of got it going, man. Even though the world team got knocked out, he said, I'm playing hard, man. I'm coming out. I'm going to play hard. And not worried. Matter of fact, I want to be the best player in this game, and I'm going to get after it. So then at the end there, it was the old guys. I didn't realize LeBron, KD, and Kawhi were all playing together, and it looks like they just kind of ran out of gas by that time. They played against Maxey and Edwards and the rest of those guys, but thought it was pretty good. It was a big upgrade from what we've been watching. And so that was kind of cool to see. Damian Lillard wins a 3-point contest, and congratulations to the Miami Heat's Keshad Johnson for winning the dunk contest. So good for him, man. Good for him. Even though it's kind of weird, he'd been down a couple games in the G League here. But anyway, that was part of the news. And then watching that Canes game, Woody, I got to tell you, that Canes basketball game against NC State, I thought they were done, man. They were stuck at 69 for like ever. That number 69, I'm like, oh, my God, they may not score the rest of this game. And under a minute left, scored the last 8 points to win that friggin' game. And even crazier story, and we got some crazy stories we'll get to. They're kind of cool if you played sports and you've seen guys go through highs and lows. I'm done, and next thing you know, well, he might be back. We don't know. But this story coming out with True Washington was unbelievable. At 13 points, he's been out a few games. Now, I don't know if he was salty. Probably never going to know this story. I don't know if he was salty because he got replaced. He's a junior, got replaced by a freshman in the starting lineup. Then I don't know if some other stuff's going on in his life personally, personal stuff, mental health stuff. I don't know. And teams and, one thing in sports we're seeing in the Olympics right now with a lot of guys and athletes having meltdowns at the most crucial times. So I don't know what happened to him. All I know is he made 3 of the biggest free throws I'll guarantee you he's ever made in his life to win that game. Down 2, he has to make 3 free throws to give UM the win, and he did. He makes all 3 free throws on the road. And by the way, a team that doesn't shoot free throws very well is the UM basketball team. So they come all the way back after it looked like NC State was going to win that game. And as I said, they just went ice cold. And then they get rolling again and come all the way back and win that game. Unbelievable. That would be a sting for me to score, 8 points in like 50-something seconds. Incredible comeback, including those 3 free throws in that game. So wild college basketball game for the Canes. A huge win. Got them to 20 wins on the season, now 20-5 as they get set to go back into action. But all these games important. It just seems like every one of those ACC games, just about, unless Syracuse is playing Duke, just about every one of these games comes down to the wire. So a good win, man. Really, really good win for a Miami Hurricanes basketball team as well. So anyway, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Hey, I just want to let you know because it's popped up, and John Eric Sullivan had to do what he's doing right now. He's not done. He's cleaning up somebody else's mess. I'm trying not to explain when you explain it to everybody. I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm blasting everybody that's gone or gonna be gone in the near future. But John Eric Sullivan, as a GM, had to come in. He's going to build this through the draft, got to clean it up now and build it back up. I don't know how else to say it. We got tons of dead cap money. We do. We've got dead cap money, and it's got to be cleaned up. We kept taking big loans from the bank, and the bank said it's time to pay. And so here we are in this situation. We have another topic out there. I don't know how doable it is. It's a great question. Everybody's writing about this, Malik Willis. I'm all in on Malik Willis because I think of all the quarterbacks and all the different scenarios, from old quarterbacks to draft quarterbacks to trade for a quarterback, I believe Malik Willis he's the one guy in this whole group. Just looking at everybody's work, including Mac Jones. I think Malik Willis is the one guy that has the most upside to potentially be not just a guy to come in and compete, but maybe be a franchise quarterback. I don't think there's a lot of those. Obviously, if you're 33 or 34 years old and there's a whole bunch of those guys, they're not going to be long-term franchise quarterbacks. They can't be. Even though they could come in and put a nice Band-Aid on there and clean up the mess for a while, that's not what we're talking about. I think Malik is the one guy I believe that has the potential with the way he runs and throws. He's had a little success. And then the unknown. But I don't know what's going to happen because of he's got a hard-ass agent, number one, that is going to strong-arm everybody. Some guys don't like to work with. And second of all, if he does got 3 or 4 teams, somebody's probably going to overpay him and run us right out of the ball game. So those are things that could happen because there's 4 or 5 other teams today as they got up this morning and the start of the franchise tag, which really is not our game right now, the franchise tag. But they're all in the same boat looking for a quarterback, all looking for the quarterback. And the guy that just happens to potentially be the most attractive, for me at least, maybe not for you, John Eric Sullivan and our head coach know very well. So, again, don't know if we'll ever know the story if we don't get him, but probably going to have something to do with money. Probably going to have something to do with money on that one. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. As yeah, man, everybody going, hey, wow, well, what about Tua? A lot of work behind the scenes going on there right now. A lot of work, a lot of talk, trying to figure it out. Everybody's still talking about John Eric Sullivan, who last week was with Nat Moore at the building and talking to the fans that they invited out, talking about the Tua situation. Everybody wanted to know, and he's done some good things here, and he did. He and Tyreek Hill and Waddle had the great years in 22 and 23, threw for a lot of yards. But he also ended it with, I don't know if you're going to be here or not, but we're going to let you know. You're going to be the first one to know. So that wasn't exactly if a guy's going to be the you don't say those kind of things at franchise quarterbacks, right? I mean, everybody can figure that out. They're not calling Josh Allen in going, hey, we just want to let you know you might have a little competition this year. We're not sure where we're going. Hell, they had Josh Allen standing in front like he was sitting in there doing the he had a chance to do part of the interview. They got, Josh, any questions you have for this guy going to be working with you? Little different situation than we're in right now. Anyway, go get him, John Eric Sullivan, man. Go get him, bud. Go get him. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. We got a lot of work. I told you guys they were going to be busy. So don't act all surprised about what happened yesterday. He had nothing to do with it. He just got to clean it up. He knows what it's supposed to look like, and it doesn't look that way right now. That's why John Eric Sullivan is here and doing these things. All right, we got to go to break. We got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. I do want to give you some good news. That is your South Florida Chevy dealers. 2026, man, that lineup of SUVs and trucks and the cars. Oh, my gosh. My neighbor, I got two neighbors right across the street that are Corvette crazy. Corvette crazy. And I got to tell you, they've never made an ugly Corvette, but they took it to a whole different level. And I'm not even talking about Corvettes this morning, but man, I got to tell you, when it comes to the cars, trucks, and SUVs, the best we've ever had. One of the SUVs we don't talk enough about, and we got a great family of them to talk about, full size, mid size, whatever it is you're looking for. But the new 2026 Chevy Blazer really is a perfect mix of capability, comfort, and confidence. Really is. Got everything. Eye-catching, matter of fact. Aggressive, sporty, elegant, stylish. Enough. The combination family yet doesn't compromise any of the style. Really important. You want it to look good, and you want to damn sure have enough room for you and your family. Hey, I got to tell you, it's never been better right now than it is. It's a perfect time to hit the open road in a new Chevy. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's drive the new year in with your South Florida Chevy dealer.
Tonight inside
then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know.
Joe, before we get back to the show, I want to let you know we are going to have tickets today to win see country band Alabama. So we'll have those for you later in the show if that's up your alley. Be giving those away.
I love Alabama. I saw Alabama a long time ago. I didn't know they're still rolling.
Still rolling.
Sweet
Went home, Alabama.
I went to.
I don't know if that's the same band, but
went to watch Alabama when out in Hollywood, the old when out in the middle of nowhere. What the hell was the name of that thing? The Sportatorium out there or something. It was a long, long time ago. Had some great nights there. From what I remember, getting in and out of that place, it was a little nutty back in the 80s. All right. Hey, good morning to everybody. We got all kinds of stuff going on as John Eric Sullivan, general manager, got to work over the last couple of days, and it just kept coming, man. And honestly, really, really no surprise. I'm guessing if Bradley Chubb was not a big financial hit for the team, that it kept him around as our best pass rusher. He is the best pass rusher we have, 8.5 sacks last year. Tyreek Hill coming off the dislocated knee and ACL and a big cap number and do a lot of money, including a $4 or $5 million signing bonus here coming up if he was on the roster here too much longer. So they made that move. Really no surprise. And of course, he's going to be talked about a lot and was yesterday. And I always love, though, we all do this about, listen, there are going to be 10 or 12 teams. Like, hey, man, I know what you think. He's 32. You think he's just all of a sudden going to be the guy that went for 1,710 and 1,799 yards. And I would just say slow down a little bit, man. Slow down before you decide he's going back to Kansas City Chiefs. Buffalo needs a wide receiver. This team needs a wide receiver and all that stuff. There's a lot of work to be done there, man. A lot of work to see where he is starting with physically, and can he get back? I mean, his one thing that he just was faster than everybody. He just could outrun and the explosive plays, and we saw, listen, two great years with Tyreek Hill. Never will take away. They were fun. They were exciting. It happened every game. I ain't seen anything like that since the 80s, that it was just big play after big play with he and Waddle. It was great. It's fun. Tua got him the ball. It was perfect. But he's now, like I said, 32 and coming off a really serious 3 times dislocated knee. So anyway, they had to move on, and the salary cap hit is just huge. Listen, man, these extensions, obviously we tried some things. It didn't work. We tried the big free agent class. We had a lot of first and second round picks, and it didn't get us. Got us some winning seasons, but it didn't get us a playoff win. It didn't get us an AFC East championship. It just didn't. And I'm being nice about this. I apparently people think I've been a little negative about everything. Listen, it's a negative situation, yes. But John Eric Sullivan, I'm all in on John Eric Sullivan being here. All in on this guy, and he's got work to do. Some of you may not like. It may be a name that you really like the guy, and he was nice to your kid. I get it. This is the cold, ugly part of the business. You just can't go out and spin. And everybody likes me now. Look what I got for you from the Kansas City Chiefs. And look at what I did. And it's not like that. That's not reality, man. It's time to clean it up and then build it up. And the big part of the build is going to be the draft coming up in a few months. But we got to clean it up and see where we are on money, and then going forward, who do you want to spend money on? Is there any guys on the team that you want to spend money on? And then is there any free agents that you can spend? And the one I'm really curious about is Malik Willis. And they might already made up their mind, hey, we can't. We've already talked to the agent and doesn't look good. So that's that situation. And going for, hey, we may not be done. We're still waiting on this Tua thing, and that, I don't know how long before they're going to let him know. They said they wanted to do something quickly, and so we'll see, about that one. And I see all these guys, including some former players, coming out saying they'd love to see Tua in Minnesota and Tua here and Tua there, and same thing for Kyler Murray, would be a good fit there and a good fit here, and all those in this quarterback shortage league that we have called the National Football League, where there truly is a shortage of quality quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, and backup quarterbacks. And so we got a good game plan. It's but it's going to call for some patience. It's going to call for some patience. That's what I've been, and nobody wants to hear about patience. Like, right? No, I get it. Joe, I said patience to somebody, Woody, and they said, Joe, 25 years of patience? Seriously? And then I always hate when a guy tells me that, then he goes, and then he looks at his kid, and I go, I know where this one's going.
Well, that's why the situation's such a bummer. Like, you thought Tyreek Hill, that, would get you over the hump, right? That group and the way that he played. And
great numbers, didn't do it.
It looked so good for a while there. And
great passing game.
We're back
didn't
to
do
square
it.
one here, man. Yeah. And this is obviously not going to happen overnight. So it's like,
no.
As a fan, this is not a good time, man. This is very, very frustrating, and I get that there's some optimism because you got new guys running.
Well, but I get nobody's going to go, way to go, John Eric Sullivan, because we're not talking about him right now adding pieces. If you're going, wow, these are great.
These are obvious moves, right? I mean, you had to do these things. But this was coming.
But you're cleaning up somebody else's
mess. They did it all once, but yeah, I mean,
you are cleaning up somebody else's big fat sports mess. You really are. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And then look at the Dolphins did this. Like, who am I going to blame myself? Did I do it? No. Did Woody do it? Did you do it as a fan? No, they made some moves. They went for it. I love that roster. I thought it was the best looking roster we'd had with that one in 22, 23. They were adding pieces, and everybody knows the story. I'm not going to go through the story I've done it 1,000 times here on the show. But anyway, that's where we are. That stuff got moved out. By the way, Woody, man, I am so sorry, brother. Every time I hear about this whole thing with that league, that's incredible. It's the
league that never sleeps, right?
So this really first time you've coached basketball, right?
Second season.
First
season.
Coach. No problem.
Easy. Yeah.
But a different place, different location, right?
Same place.
Same league.
Oh yeah, same place.
Okay.
This season's not going well. A lot of this stuff you can't make up. I just told you what happened last game. It's parents are nuts, man. These people are out of control.
Well, I didn't ask you. Can you kind of just tell the story, or would you prefer not to? It's your call. I don't need names and stuff.
I mean, the sad part of it is that there's a couple of parents that are ruining the entire experience for a team of 9-year-old kids.
Well, they don't care about. They only care about their own kids.
Is the most disgusting part, and I'd love to call these people out by name and humiliate them for the bums that they are.
I don't want to. I don't want you to do that. I wouldn't let you. By the way, I wouldn't let you do that.
I know, and I appreciate that, Joe. But yeah, it's to me like the most disappointing part of it is that you had a group of 9-year-old kids, and this is the way that grown-ups act around them.
Can you just give an example?
I just told you, like the last game, we had a parent that made his way onto the court multiple times during the game.
Timeouts or just
timeouts?
Games? Okay,
just walks onto the court like
walks in your huddle
like he's just entitled to do that. Walks over to the bench, steps in front of me, the coach,
and talks to his kid.
Proceeds to but he's whispering to his kid's ear and he's putting his hand up over his mouth like he's like one of those NFL play callers or whatever, and so nobody can hear what he's saying.
What years did that guy play in the NBA or Division I basketball? I can't remember. What years?
Yeah, right. And so the only thing I could imagine is he's telling his kid not to pass, right? I mean, what else would he be telling him?
Hey, listen,
like what?
Get your money's worth. Don't worry about the other 4 guys. Let them go stand out there. This is a babysitting service. You're going to be in the league. You need to start firing up shots.
And so I got all these other kids that are bummed out that they're not getting passed to. I got these kids that are bummed out that, we got parents approaching the bench during the game. Like,
so what do you do now?
It's just like, again, to me, the sad part of this whole thing is that it's ruining the experience for these poor kids. So like that's the disappointing part. And there's nothing I can do to stop it outside of like,
what are you gonna do?
Confront this guy, which I, certainly don't want to do.
Confrontation is not your thing.
I don't want to get into a fist fight.
Confrontation is not your thing. It's my thing. Now listen.
But that would be like the even worse than the situation itself. Like if I were to get into a fight with this guy in front of a bunch of 9-year-olds,
you'd look bad. You'd look like his big ass clown as he is.
I really genuinely do. I felt terrible for the kids. It was eating away at me. I just feel so bad for the kids because it's ruining their experience. And it's not that sort of league. It's not some kind of like road to the NBA league. It's not AAU.
Have you called the commissioner yet of the league?
Well, I'm gonna have to deal with it this week.
Wow, Woody.
But this is not. It's not AAU. It's not.
Oh man, it should be. You're going out doing this. You're donating your time to be with your son and the other kids and trying to have some fun. And
I just feel so bad for. I felt terrible for my kid.
What age group is it? The kids?
9. They're 9.
8 or 9 or just 9s?
There's no 8 and 9. There's some second and third grade. And the league is, again, it's just, it's a fun rec league.
Has the father had any calls for his kid getting scholarships? As UM called?
Apparently, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'll talk to. I'm seeing Jay tonight at the game. I'll ask him what he.
What do you know? Usually we come in if things, like my wife got hurt over the weekend playing a sporting event, and so dealing with that.
Yeah, you told me that was.
I'll, I'm talking to you, and you'll go, and we talk family stuff, and you and I talk, and then you have this situation, like, oh, Woody, this should not be on the list of things to worry about.
I wish it wasn't. It's
and by the way,
to be an hour on Sundays, and
this guy goes home and has no problem with the way he acts.
No, I don't. I would imagine that he does not have any issue. But for me, it ruined my day. It ate away at me.
Yeah. Did the wife? Was she sitting? That's a different wife, right? Or same? The guys were same.
That's actually the same wife from last week. That's the dad of the husband of that wife who was screaming last.
So the ass clown family.
Yeah, they're obviously a rough family.
Really clownish. Huh.
Yeah, but I'm glad this drama is
coming to an end.
Well, no, I'm glad it's keeping the topics going on the program here. But
I know we got all this.
I really do, man. I just think parents need to take a look in the mirror, and for me, if the kids are not having fun, it's so pointless.
Yeah,
it just really I don't have these visions of my son playing in the NBA.
I got to tell you, so my experience so far has been a little bit of pitch off the tee. This is what I've done recently, and soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, those parents, they do a great job. It's positive. It's great. I mean, they're all learning. I mean, they're still looking.
It always is at that age, right? These are what, 4, 3, 4, 5,
5s, 6s.
Yeah.
Now I think a little bit older with soccer, but that guy coaches them. His wife was standing next to. He's good friends with my daughter, and
I've had.
He's great. He's great with the kids.
Experiences for the most part, but there's every league that I've been involved in. There have been some parents that are just absolutely over the top. And I don't think I'm alone in that, unfortunately. And I think these parents need to really reevaluate their lives and their approach to.
I don't know in that travel league, but seriously, I always tell this: if you got somebody like that, I just recommend look at, man. I know you don't want your kid to play with these other guys. There's some great leagues in different parts and little travel league teams and stuff. Go put your kid on that team.
Yeah.
Let him get knocked. There's some great little areas around here where they play really high-end basketball. Go put your 9-year-old, 8 or 9-year-old with them and see how he does. And then see how that goes when you walk up to tell him something and those guys jack you by the back of your head until you get the hell out of there, and see how that goes.
Well, the weird thing, too, is these kids are, 2 years away from getting into middle school ball where they can actually play for a real team. I don't know if they think this thing goes over at that age, but I'm guessing middle school, that stuff comes to a screeching halt, right? With the walking onto the court and
there'll be a
sense of entitlement that these people have.
There will be a little discipline taking place with total support from the schools. Yes,
Yeah.
that will take place. All right, hey Woody, I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
No, that's
man.
2 weeks in a row, man. This thing, we got to get you out of that.
I know. We're working,
seriously.
working on it today.
We got to
actually,
make
Joe.
a trade, get you on a different team, or just because I don't know what you do. Because you're right, you can't. You can't confront
Well, I feel
the
bad
guy.
for the other kids. I really do.
You got all the parents watching, so it's got to be a positive. Anything makes you look bad. Any
Yes.
kind of confrontation makes you look bad.
And that's not why I'm giving up my Sunday afternoons so
No.
that I can be, the center of this controversy.
Yeah.
It's the last thing I need, man.
All right. Well, those days are long gone. I'm talking about trying to be an assistant for high school football. I might want to try that a little bit. Something close to the house.
I don't think you
And
want
my
to get into the
buddies
coaching
go,
game, man.
you don't want anything to do with that.
No,
brother.
the high school level might
don't.
be real problematic.
Yeah,
but
you are.
we had baseball last night, though, man. I parked it. I got this nice folding chair and just sat and
but you're not
just
having
parked it,
anything to
man.
do.
I'm not the coach of that team.
Yeah.
I just parked it there and didn't say
That might
a
be a
word
good
for
way
2
to go,
hours.
Woody. Woody, that might be the way to go. Is just way to go, Leon. Good job, Leon. Good job, Max. All right, honey. Well, what are we doing? What would you want to do later tonight? All right. Hey, listen, we got more stuff to get to here on a Monday. I'm sorry about that, man. This anybody that's going through that with bad experience in youth sports, probably not a good idea to coach. Let somebody else donate their time and put up with that stuff. Hey, it's not hurricane season, but it's right around the corner. I want you to protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Chev over there is always talking about only thing you can do. We can't control how big the storms are going to be or when we're going to get hit. Nobody knows. It'll start back up here in a few months. With the old Atlantic Ocean's got them coming left, coming right at us, hoping they bend again this year. We're going to be lucky, but you can protect your home. And if you got an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now. You can pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials, a lifetime warranty, plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK. Got a great staff to answer all your questions, get you in the ball game, covering all of South Florida. Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing.
Hurricanes. baby, sweat, baby, sex is a Texas drought.
Joe, before we get back to it, I just got to tell you, I really do appreciate some of the suggestions we've got on here, and maybe next week I'll go all in, and I'll just fight the guy.
You can't do that.
No, okay, because all these tough guys are like, you got to take control and this and that, and put the guy in his place, and
that's truly,
I'm going to leave that to the guy who runs the league.
By the way, that's a terrible idea. You will,
confronting the guy in front of a group of 9-year-olds would be just fantastic.
I'm going to talk firsthand. I through the years have been very clear that I've made a lot of mistakes, and that was one as an umpire and one as an assistant coach that I'd like to have back. I'm just saying, just being very honest. And I don't expect any of you other guys that have maybe gone too far, and as you're driving home saying to yourself, probably wasn't great for my kid or my wife to see me do this.
I got to tell you, by the way, incredibly difficult to not say anything to the guy.
No,
me, I'd like talk to people. Like I'll love to talk crap to someone, but it was very difficult to stand there and just take it. But I feel like that, to me, like getting in a fight with the guy in front of everyone, that would be an even worse situation.
You two screaming at each other
would be really embarrassing.
No, because now you're going to get heat from everybody, and plus it's very embarrassing to your wife when you do that. Bro.
Yeah,
I know. Listen, some guys will say, "Oh, my wife supports whatever I do,"
and we're new there. We're trying to, just move up there, trying to fit in.
I just,
all I did was try to help.
I disagree with
backfiring,
jumping the other guy's, face. This has been going on, and they just do different things. The wife wanted you fired. Now the husband's decided he's going to be a tough guy and jump in front of you in the thing, which, honestly.
I'm just going to let the people who run the league handle it. Let them deal with it.
I would just
whatever they want to do.
The only thing I would have said, Woody, I was just thinking about this during the break. The only thing I would have said to you is probably, hey, look at, man, I got a lot of things going on. In the morning, I've been doing games at night. Would you like to just take this over?
Well, that's what's going to happen. Right. So that's probably what's going to end up happening.
And that way your kid can shoot every time. Just look at your kid during the timeouts and tell the other 4 kids, get the ball to my son. He needs 50 shots a game. And I don't really care if you guys have a good experience at this or not, because it's really about me and my kid and my big mouth bitch wife up top. That's all. I mean, I would just, that would be it.
Somebody said that's the way it was done in my days. I know, I get that. Like, this says just take him to the side, explain it to him nicely, not to approach the bench.
I would agree with that.
Then he goes, unless he's a big donor, you're screwed. So here's the problem too. All right. So first off, they sent out like a mass email about do not do this last week.
Worked.
It didn't work. The other, like, the compounding issue to this is the guy's a coach in the league. Like, he's got other kids in the league, and he is a coach himself. So, like, for me to pull him aside and be like, hey, these are the rules, like, he knows that. Yeah. He knows that already. And so he doesn't feel that they apply to him. So I just, as a volunteer, don't feel like I want to get in confrontations with people. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Welcome to the new neighborhood.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Anyway, hey, Wood, awesome. I said, man, I have
might be a short-lived coaching career, Joe.
I made some mistakes in that thing, but I'm
everyone I've talked to, by the way, has not had great coaching.
No,
advice or experience.
And I got to tell you, I've also I stood next to my teammates watching our kids play, and I've been shocked at what idiots they are when they watch games, which is the strange one, because during the time we all kind of had kids together, and we're all growing up, and we're going to games, and I'm like, hey, man, are you serious? You're screaming at this kid making like $40 a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're screaming at him for what? Because he made a bad call? Bros, they're kids. Let it go. No, man. No. They don't need you to do this. And you're going to get yourself kicked out of the league, and it's going to be embarrassing because people remember when you played and all the good things you did.
Joe, let me get this in here real quick here, because they're getting to school here this morning, but I want to give a shout out to the Matter Academy girls basketball team. They are going to be playing St. Thomas Aquinas this week in the regional semifinals. So good luck to Matter Academy girls basketball.
All right.
Want to get that in there.
But they're playing against my girls. What am I supposed to do? St. Thomas.
You could be neutral on this one if you'd like.
All right.
But good luck.
We've got some great teams. We are very lucky down. The good news is when your kids are very serious about it and they get to that age, whether it's travel or your high school teams are really good, and we've got some really good teams and everything. And by the way, our girls are just as good as our boys teams down here. They are really, really got some dominant teams. Matter of fact, it'd be nice, Woody, for a 7:00 hour this morning.
What do you got?
Send us a text, man, on your team if they're good. Now, if they're real bad, then don't leave them alone. But if you got a team on your way to
support the bad as well,
the championship teams, and on our way, and we're on our way. All right, Wood.
You spent the first hour of the show talking about the Dolphins. Like, we're going to support bad teams around here. Come on now.
Now we're on a bounce back, man. I just John Eric Sullivan, man. Woody, did I tell you all this is coming now? I told everybody this was coming. And honestly, the one guy I wish I could keep would be Bradley Chubb. And he's going to get some good offers. He's 29 years old, 8.5 sacks.
Yeah, but he's up there in age, man, and this thing is clearly
no.
It's not.
It's not about it. Right, it's about his salary cap hit. It's just he got
a big contract. To start cutting bait with everyone here.
No, that's what they're doing. And now we've got to see if how they feel about Minka Fitzpatrick, which would be a trade.
Yes.
I think Austin Jackson. Where do you stand on that? And then the big one, the big one that apparently we were accused of being too critical of Tua, but the big one is Tua, and see what team's going to do there. I think we got a pretty good idea what's going to end up happening, but as long as there's a shortage of quarterbacks, you're holding out that you're going to be able to get something for them. I don't know if it's doable or not. Hey, I do know this. We got to go to break, 7:00 hour. Man, time's flying this morning. I'm done with that youth stuff, though, Woody. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry because I see that it truly, and this is not showbiz, that it really messes with you.
Thank
for a
you,
second
Joe.
straight.
I really appreciate that.
And I tried to get you to laugh a little bit with it, but it is hard.
Well, when you step back, it's
not because
sad,
you got more
actually.
games coming up, and you're expecting it, and then it's bad again, and you keep thinking maybe they'll come up and apologize, and we move on.
I was optimistic heading into this week's game. I thought.
I don't think you're the only.
Little did I know.
I don't think you're the only one going through it,
no,
though, my
probably
man.
not.
I think
probably
it's going on
not.
everywhere. Hey, got to tell you, man, Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. Oh my gosh, yes, the partners of Cohn and Judah. Personal injury attorneys in Plantation. I truly love those guys. I do. Really good friends of mine. And I got to tell you, I always say this, and apparently some other law firms that are on the station here and do stuff with our radio stations have been upset. But look, it's true. Harvey and Gary are going to handle your cases from start to finish. There's no handoffs, man. There's no just a great ad and you see us on TV or you hear us on the radio, and then we hand off the 3 guys right out of law school. No, it's not that's not the case. They handle your case. They shake your hand, and they help you, and they get going. They handle cases and start to finish, more than 30 years of experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, and small enough just to call you back. Go to ConanJudah.com, read the reviews, find out what people are saying. People do appreciate that partners actually do handle cases from start to finish. Yeah, not too big for it. Don't have a room that they're going to introduce you to all these attorneys and put a bunch on their plate, and then you're not getting the experience and getting all those things. Listen, these guys walk it and talk it every day. That's the way they work. They've been successful for a long, long time, and I know they're going to take great care of you. And if you're somewhere right now and you thought that was going to happen when you saw that great TV ad and you went, oh, man, hey, those are guys I want. And then you walk in there and the guy's not even in. They go, no. He just does the ads. Yeah, his name's on the law firm, but he doesn't handle cases. That's in the other room. Here, Melissa's going to take yours for you. None of that, man. No surprises. No, when you deal with Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, you're dealing with the best and people that are personally going to take care of you. Big enough to go to trial, small enough just to call you back, even on the weekends, and give you updates. They understand you're in pain. And if you're going through an automobile accident and you've been injured, something happens, slip and fall at work, they're ready to make sure you get taken care of the right way. Just go to ConanJudah.com or go to 866-FAIR-FEE. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work. You hire them to do.
Sports Update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who will return home to host Virginia Tech tonight. The Canes came from behind to beat NC State on Saturday for their 20th win of the season. Tonight's game tips at 8 o'clock from the Watsco Center, and the game can be heard right here on WQAM. And to the Dolphins, who made significant roster moves yesterday, releasing Tyreek Hill, James Daniels, Nick Westbrook-Akine, and Bradley Chubb. Joe, we'll have some tickets to give away here in this hour, but boy, the Dolphins making some significant moves yesterday, starting to clean house over there in Miami Gardens.
But no surprise now. No surprise. No, there shouldn't be one person out there that follows this team or is a fan of this team that didn't expect some of this. It was a big mess. Some in the organization are going to say, you know what? We had a game plan. It didn't work. We had a whole bunch of high draft picks. We had a lot of free agent money, and we thought we had enough to go deep in the playoffs, and it didn't work. It fizzled late every year, whatever it was, injury or just poor play, cold weather, not good enough, quarterback play not good enough, all those kind of quarterback play not good enough. Three, just to do the hat trick today on that one. Hey, by the way, man, got all kinds of stuff. NBA's weekend. I don't know, man. I was curious. I didn't care. Honestly, I did not care about 3-point shot. I did not. Damian Lillard won, by the way. Kind of a cool story, coming back and not even playing. Signed a futures contract with Portland, but basically has the year off. So they said, hey, how would you like to go? As one of the great shooters in the history of this game. He goes, I think I could do it. He wins.
Did you know that was going to start at 5 o'clock Eastern?
No.
I had no idea. So we're wrapping up the Canes game, and I see that like the 3-point shootout is like on.
I didn't know.
Usually that thing's at night. I mean, I get that it's such a horrific event, which, by the way, the dunk contest.
Why? Let me say. Wait. I'm going to stop you. What was wrong with the 3-point?
Well, the 3-point is fine. The 3-point's.
Well, you called it horrific.
Well, they don't have their best stars.
See, this is because the kid. Is this because of what's going on with you and the kids and stuff? So now you're bringing in
the bottom line is they don't have their best stars doing it, which, whatever. The dunk contest. Was
terrible.
First of all, a guy almost died. The guy from the Magic, who is Jason Richardson's son, his name is Jace Richardson. Clipped the backboard or whatever, goes sideways in midair and probably almost died.
Those kids, those guys that do those dunks, they do hit their head on the backboard. And
but you would expect an NBA player could probably figure out how to do it without hurting themselves. But nevertheless, but you had that guy. You had the guy from the Lakers, the one that beat up the mascot. He was terrible. And then I don't even remember who the other guy. There was a guy from the Spurs who was against Johnson there. And so that was the 4. That was it.
Well, we got it.
That thing's got no juice, man.
Keshad Johnson ends up winning the dunk contest. And I know, listen, I saw his dunks. I'm going, okay.
They were okay.
They were, listen, good for him, man. He's sitting in G League, came up, had a couple days, and
that's bad.
And got a chance. But
Giannis, by the way, Giannis is sitting there courtside watching it. Giving his opinion on every dunk.
Well, what do you want him to do? He's hurt.
No,
what do you want to do? No, you throw it out. What do you feel,
he looks terribly hurt. I know. But all these guys are sitting there courtside watching.
Well, they do this every year. Well, don't watch next year. Because I got to tell you, man, I thought Sunday was.
Love the dunk
I don't care what you think.
Now we got G League guys.
Sunday, no, it's terrible. That part is terrible. I don't get where this commissioner is letting G Leaguers do these contests. I honestly, I don't understand it with all the guys you have. And by the way, all the 3-point specialists you have now that do nothing but come in.
Yeah,
let those guys all shoot. All right, but I will say this. The All-Star game, the Star Stripes and World, 2 teams from United States, and one team had all the older players, one team had all the younger players, and a lot of the world guys that played. Wembanyama was fantastic in the game. Victor, by the way, guy comes out and he says, hey, I'm going to play hard. I don't know about the rest of these guys. And sure enough, man, he blocks his shot early, and it kind of got everybody going. Now, the world, they had some great games. they're not playing full games, but they had some really tight ball games, and World ends up getting knocked out. I thought it was fun to watch. I really did. In the final game, the young guys just beat the old guys, beat them up pretty good. LeBron, KD, and Kawhi looked like they ran out of gas at 41, 37, and 34 years of age. But, boy.
Kawhi Leonard's got to have a little gas left in the tank, huh? How many years did that guy take off?
I don't know, but he looked pretty good in the early rounds. Didn't do so well. Nobody did. Tyrese Maxey and Anthony Edwards put on a show and play a different speed. But they played hard.
It just looks like they put a lot of effort into the Saturday night thing for it to be such a dud. Like they got the concert going, and
I think they
put a lot of energy into it. It feels like effort.
I think they were very, very happy to see their event on Sunday.
Yeah,
had some. Now look,
would you do away with Saturday altogether at this point?
No, you can't do that. No, 3-point.
By the way, I was told by Victor that the Olympics being on at night were the reason that the things were on in the middle of the afternoon or the early evening.
Was that game on NBC?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, NBC had it rolling.
NBC had a big weekend.
They've been on a roll since Super Bowl. Yeah, they've had a lot of events, and that would make sense. That I have not watched a lot of the Winter Olympics.
No,
I haven't.
The curling is getting good reviews.
I saw the couple of guys yelling at each other, F-bombing each other, and they told them you can't do that at the Olympics.
No.
But we did have this figure skater, 21-year-old. I don't know if you saw this, like a Lil Malinin. This guy, 21-year-old, two-time world champion from the United States. Won everything. Two-time world champion. Has won his last 14 events. Hasn't lost in a couple years. I mean, he can jump higher and he spins and all this stuff that figure skaters do. He just does a different level.
Mm-hmm.
He gets out. And by the way, I thought it was really interesting. Some people, he choked, man. Yeah, he did. That's a form of a choke.
Why did he lose?
So he got out there and he said before the event, his brain just overloaded and he started thinking about the moment and things that he'd never thought about. And he got nerves. He said it was overwhelming, his nerves, and guy falls twice. It was the first time he ever tried it. So finishes 8th, but he was very open. I mean, there was so much pressure, like, this guy's going to win. He wins everything. He gets out there in that one moment. He said, it hit me. I've been working 4 years to get here since I was 17. I'm now 21 years old. All the things that come with it. I've beaten all these people that they compete against each other all the time. Falls down twice. And he said the moment was too much for him.
Wow.
Where you sit back and go, everybody's watching me in the world. I've done this a zillion times. Now can I do it? I mean, all these negative thoughts get in your head. And he said the pressure of the Olympics, he didn't know how to handle it.
What was
and he openly said this. No, this is not me talking.
No, what was the jump he was trying to hit? Was like a triple axel?
I don't know. I think he does whatever his does. He might have
quadruple axle.
He might be doing different ones, but
wow.
But I just thought we see a lot of this, man. And there, I don't know how he's going to come back. I think he's got one more event, but now people are going to watch that and they're going to say, because I went, because they were making a big deal about it. Our best chance for a gold medal. Guy nobody's been able to for a couple years. He's just dominated. And that one moment, Woody, you're doing your routine that you've done for 4 years, especially the last couple years, better than anybody in the world, not even close. Heavy favorite. He falls down twice on this same routine he's done a zillion times, man. And he was very open about what he was feeling before. And he goes, I knew something was wrong, man. All of a sudden, I got all these negative thoughts. I started thinking about everything but the routine. And it was crazy. It's kind of like a guy plays a sport, and then all of a sudden you get in the moment, you go, holy crap, if I catch this football, we're going to win. But if I drop it, and instead of just all positive thoughts, like I hope they throw it to me, this is what I've been waiting for, any kind of negative thought in that head, and you're toast.
We've seen some brutal ones over the years.
Just think about it. Guys, I always think of baseball, and probably has a little to do with it, but not a guy all of a sudden can't make a throw. We've had 2 or 3 second basemen
What
that
happened in Game 7 of the World Series?
couldn't make a throw to a routine throw that they've made a zillion times, play and catch, from a ground ball to a second baseman and a throw to first base. He can't make it. He's short hopping it and throws it over the guy's head.
Well, off the top of my head, isn't that what happened in Game 7 of the World Series, right? Didn't the ball go back to the pitcher or something, and he didn't know what to do with it?
No, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That game was
But big
a lot of
moments,
crazy
man.
stuff in
That's
that one,
why
but-
everybody,
Yeah.
the big moments, and you see these guys do it over and over again.
The one that stands out, too, remember Mark Andrews had that real easy catch in the playoffs?
We've
And he
had
just dropped it.
how about a routine ground ball by a shortstop in the Chicago Cubs when they're playing the Marlins?
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name. Help me out.
It
wasn't
that-
Alex Gonzalez, was it? Was it Gonzalez?
No,
He's
think
from
he was
down
on
here.
The Marlins, wasn't it? Maybe Moises Alou?
No. I'm talking about the shortstop. Had a routine ground ball for double play.
Alou had something to do with. Oh no, Alou was
No,
the
Alou was out in
outfielder.
the outfield.
He was the
Yeah.
outfielder.
No.
Okay,
I was there, man. Routine
I know what you're talking about. The play after that,
could have been.
it was after was when it started to snowball, and everyone blamed Bartman and and whatever, but they had the easy
Right.
out the next play.
And that guy make that play 99 out of 100 times.
Somebody will tell us who it was.
Yeah, you'll get that.
Gonzalez was on the Marlins though, wasn't he? He was the one that had a walk-off home run.
Sanchez, was it Gonzalez? I don't know.
There was an Alex Gonzalez who was on the Marlins who had a walk-off in the World Series with.
Now I can't remember the name, but listen, man, sometimes the moment, but that guy's out there by himself, man, not even a team sport. He is out there by himself. And then his comments afterwards. I mean, the guy was crushed. I'm dying to see how he bounces back after. We saw the gymnast do the same thing.
Was Alex
It
Gonzalez.
was
You were right.
Alex Gonzalez, yeah.
Oh, there you go. So the Marlins had one too?
No, he was on the Cubs.
Who hit the walk-off home run for the Marlins? What was the guy's name?
First of all, slow down a sec, Charlie Brown. Listen, Alex Gonzalez was playing shortstop and a really good defensive shortstop on a very routine ball, like
Yeah.
routine.
No, I remember the play. So he said Moises Alou used to go to the bathroom with his hands so he could hit the ball better. Is that true? He used to pee on his hands?
Moises Alou?
I don't know. Someone just texted in. There were 2 Alex Gonzalez's. Okay, fair enough. So it was. There just happened to be 2 of them.
Yeah. One has a play that's going to haunt him forever.
And one had a walk-off in the World Series, yeah. Right? that was the game I was at. It was here in Miami. He hit a walk-off
I
home
think
run
he
against the
did.
Yankees,
I
remember?
think he did. I think he
It
hit
got
one
like
left.
right over that like weird clock thing they had in left field. Remember that weird scoreboard thing they had in left field with the clock on it with the other team scores and stuff?
You're talking about at the football
This was
stadium.
at the old stadium. Yeah.
Yeah. Because nothing good's happened at the other place yet.
Edgar
All right.
Renteria was our shortstop, so we had an Alex Gonzalez a few years later. There are
That's
2 of them, both shortstops.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Well, listen, man.
But yes, that was a disaster.
I will just tell you, that was.
What about that guy Buckner?
Ran
That's what
him
he's
out-
known for.
Ran him out of Boston
Yeah.
underneath the glove.
You ever seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Buckner in it?
And
And they just like he walks down the street and people are just yelling at him.
I think I did see that. I think he handles it better after all these years. But man, that's a rough one.
Yeah,
man.
it's not good to be known
Like this
that.
guy, 4 years. 4 years, you've dominated this
Yeah.
sport. I mean, it's not like we're watching figure skating every week, but it's his big moment, and it's a chance for him to make money, and probably going to do it again. He's only 21. He's still going to be a young guy the next in 4 years. But can you imagine waiting 4 years? After
Yeah,
that?
but you feel terrible for especially
And he
the
goes
one that-
back and he goes, look at this, man. Nobody's around. I hit this thing 10 out of 10 times. Look at, I'm out here. Oh, I'm going to this little thing and for this country, and I clobber these guys. My routine, they're not even close to. I get in the friggin' Olympics in Italy and look at me.
Yeah, but that's what you end up being known for of guys that have had good careers, and that's when it really gets sad. Like that Mark Andrews thing. Like when you think of Mark Andrews, that really jumps out at you, and it's like the guy's had one of the best careers. But
Jackie Smith, one of the greatest tight ends of all time,
Mhm.
playing for the Dallas Cowboys, drops a touchdown in the end zone that he's caught a zillion times in his life. And then people That's what they remember. That's a tough one. Hey, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot of stuff to get to here. We went
Someone said Buckner passed away.
way too. I don't know if that's true.
2 people.
Will you
said
do
it,
me a
no,
favor
true.
before you say that? Just
What?
look it up before.
No, multiple people have said it,
Okay.
but someone said Buckner passed away. He will handle it just fine now.
He'll be fine. He'll be at peace. Just, I was thinking of this kid, but the whole thing was that he was so open about his feelings. He didn't just take the high road and go, hey, I just had a bad one. He talked about, yeah, man, the stuff jumped in my head. There's nothing I could do.
Alex Gonzalez, South Florida kid. The Cubs one played at Killian.
Yeah. I knew he's from South Florida.
Nice.
I was wondering, boy, well, what a rough one. Chevy, boy, I'll tell you what, nothing rough about talking about your South Florida Chevy dealers, man. They've been making promises to America for more than 100 years. We build dependable trucks for the most dependable people. Hard work is our DNA, same as you. Chevy trucks, they do it all, man. Never ask you to compromise. You get everything you could ever want. When you talk about South Florida Chevy dealers and those Chevy trucks, I'm telling you right now, power, efficiency, dependability, capability, innovation, and over a century of truck knowledge. Your choice. You decide what you want to do, though, but I'll tell you, it's like we made a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle, and it can handle anything. Mid-size, full-size, and heavy-duty trucks built for early starts and long weekends. Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the people who drive them every day. And I'm telling you, man, got a truck for you. Drive Chevrolet, built to handle all your needs, from the busy work week to your weekend adventures. Remember, start your drive with Chevrolet. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's
WQAM, broadcasting live from
wins the dunk contest for the Miami. Comes up from G League, man. Come up, gets the call from the G League. Big jumper. I think he got like a 42-inch vertical jump. And ends up winning. Had a couple days to work on it, finds out, and he says, I'm in, let's do it. Who's not going to turn that down, man? It's good for him, trying to get his career going with the Heat, and gets a chance to come up after playing a couple G League basketball games and wins it. Wins some extra money there for him and has a good time. What's that, third guy, if I'm not mistaken, third guy in the history of Miami Heat. I remember Harold Miner could jump out of the building, and
Baby Jordan.
And yeah.
Remember
and
they
Derrick
called him
Jones. Yeah.
Huh.
Never had a Baby Jordan game, though.
No.
Great jumper, but not exactly.
That's a tough nickname, by the way. That's not a good one.
No, it's not good.
You don't want to be Baby Jordan.
I got to tell you, man, I sitting there yesterday. Yeah, it's kind of like I need a rest from the Olympics. I'm just not a Winter Olympic guy, but The Last Dance was on. It's like, it's such a good documentary. I have now officially watched parts or all of The Last Dance and the 6 championships and Michael Jordan and the Bulls. I've watched that more than anything else. Like when you're just going brain dead and you want something in the back and you're doing some work and you're kind of like talking, but you kind of want to watch and you tune in and you know certain stuff's coming up. That one just, and I realize that obviously it's a lot of it's because of Michael Jordan, but it's just all the characters. It's Reinsdorf, the owner, giving honest answers about everything. It's Jerry Krause, who didn't get along, and those guys didn't like him, and Phil Jackson didn't get along with the GM, and it was kind of dysfunctional, and yet it was one of the best teams we've ever seen in professional sports. Then Scottie Pippen's upset about what Jordan's done, and Dennis Rodman is taking time off, and Michael Jordan tells Phil Jackson, hey, you gave him time off? He goes, yeah. He said he needed a break. He's going to Vegas. He goes, you know he's not coming back. They had to go get him. They had to go get him to bring him back. I mean, you couldn't find characters like that if you were putting together a movie and you had unlimited budget and do as well as that documentary.
Yeah. The way it ends is sad, though, man. Like, you would have loved to have seen them go for another one.
Yeah.
Imagine breaking that thing up. Jeez.
Well, it's
you think they would have? I know he said they would have all come back and gone for another one, but there was that thing was a mess.
I don't know,
season,
man.
Right?
It was just.
Do they come back again? And the question would have been, do they win it
They're
again?
in the buses and they're not talking to different guys.
It was very, very toxic at the end.
Hated the GM, and then Phil didn't get along with them. They said, you got one more year and that's it. I guess Michael Jordan said, I'm only playing for Phil Jackson, and that's it. I was just so good, man. There's just little parts to it, and you're going, this thing. And then they go out and, of course, play unbelievable when they had to and turn it up. And Scotty comes back from pissed about his contract, signed a bad contract as a great player. And then just all the different characters that fit in. And then the makeup, obviously, of Michael Jordan's just at a different level. Speaking of clutch, speaking of taking big shots, speaking of winning games, speaking of getting out of the way, one of the best ever, man. When you talk about clutch, I don't know. When you just talk about clutch players, and I know Jerry West was Mr.
MJ's,
Clutch.
Yeah.
MJ and Tiger Woods just kind of.
Well, to me, like the coolest part
there.
of that documentary is the end when Jordan's talking about how he left it all out there and he's getting emotional and like you never see that side of him.
Hey man, I thought when he walked away, he's got to come back. He'll calm down after a couple months and go, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why stop now? Let's
Well,
make
he
it
did come
4 in a
back,
row.
technically, but he did that Wizards thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, put up good numbers.
Yeah,
But
but
he played with the Wizards. He played more games than Jimmy Butler does.
He's never
He was in his
the
40s
same.
there.
Never the same at the end. But what a run,
Still
man.
cool though, man, nonetheless.
God, just crazy. Yeah. I sat and ended up watching that whole thing. Hey, by the way, John Eric Sullivan had a busy time, didn't he? Our general manager for the Miami Dolphins. Busy few days as the news was coming out. I don't know what order it happened yesterday when it started to come out there. but I heard Bradley Chubb first, and I thought, if they've started, then Tyreek Hill's coming up here, and then Tyreek Hill, James 3-play Daniels. I knew that was going to happen, and Nick Westbrook Akine, I thought that was going to happen, and it did. So anyway, the question is, man, what's next, and when are we going to find out? They said they wanted to have an answer for Tua on what they were going to do and what direction they were going to go. And now you got to wonder, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Austin Jackson, and then a couple of your really good players, do they consider trading them, or do they keep them around as they try to clean this thing up a little bit? And then on the other side, the Malik Willis thing is still very interesting. I think of all the quarterbacks out there, I said this to start the show this morning, I believe Malik Willis, who I'm all in on, with arm speed, movement, a little bit that he's done with Green Bay in the last 2 years, still a young guy, has got the most upside in the right system of anybody out there. Now, there's a whole bunch of veteran quarterbacks that are out there. If you wanted to bring one of them in, from Russell Wilson to Mariota there's a whole bunch of those guys, a whole bunch of them. 33, 34, 35. Geno Smith might be on that list. He's 34, 35. I don't know what the Raiders are going to do with them, but they're most likely going to take Mendoza. But I think the upside of this guy, if you can, but the other problem is, could be 2, 3, 4 teams really interested in him, and we don't have unlimited money while we're trying to clean this thing up. So we could look and say, we really like him. We can't afford him. Prices his agent's talking about, we can't afford that. So the future and the decisions that John Eric Sullivan, along with his new coach, will have to make are very interesting going forward. Because there's a lot of work, man. Hey, it's a mess. I get anything they do. I'm being dead serious. Anything they do, I know it's for the best of this team. And there's a lot of stuff that's got to get cleaned up. And there might be a few moves that really our fan base doesn't want them to make, but they're probably going to have to make. This draft obviously speaks for itself, how important it is. I'm not so sure they wouldn't like to have a couple more draft picks before this thing is said and done. But it's a major cleanup job, man. It is a major cleanup job, and it's going to go into next year cleaning it up a little bit too. Can't clean it all up in 1 year. That's the kind of mess that we have. We got dead cap money everywhere. So anyway, go get him, John Eric Sullivan, man. Go get him. I get it. I was prepared for this. It just seems weird when you see 4 guys going, and one and some of them won't be officially released till the best time for the team to save the most money on the cap, and everything's around the cap numbers. But so that's where we are. By the way, franchise tag opens today, which really doesn't have anything to do with the Miami Dolphins right now, I don't think. So anyway, we'll have more on that stuff, and a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. Kyle Krabs going to join us, host of a Locked On Fins, NFL analyst for A to Z Sports. Will join us coming up here at 8 o'clock this morning. So we have a lot. By the way, Canes basketball, one of the wildest friggin' games that I have ever seen. And their win, coming back with under a minute left, down 76-69, come back, score 8 straight points to win that game. And the story behind it, True Washington, who, for whatever reason, nobody knows for sure. I had a feeling that when he didn't start, he wasn't happy. Freshman took over. He's a junior. They said, hey, we need you to come off the bench. I don't think he was excited about that. Then I don't know. There might have been some personal issues, but he didn't play for a few games. He's back in that game, has 13 big points for the game. But True Washington makes 3 free throws to get a UM win. Shoots 3 free throws and makes all 3 of them from down 2 to winning the friggin' game at the end there. He's never made 3 bigger free throws in his life. Never.
Well, it was funny, too, because the team was set. I mean, they were going to lose the game because of their poor free throw shooting.
Right.
They're shooting like 50%
Oh,
at
they're
that
terrible
point. He
free
goes,
throw.
and by the way, NC State melted down at the end of that thing. I mean, you talk about a collapse.
Oh,
Jeez, they couldn't get the ball in bounds.
speaking of chokey,
Yeah.
oh man. All
So
right.
I don't take away from the Canes come back and winning that game or anything, but that was quite a collapse.
Woody, you can say whatever you want, but one team made plays and one team doesn't. It's about the guys that make the plays, man.
What a huge win, though, man. These are the differences between, sitting at home in March and getting a chance to go play in the tournament.
Got themselves back to 20-5 now. Not back, but get to 20-5 on the season. And
what a turnaround, man.
So good stuff.
Pretty impressive.
Good stuff. The guy's a hell of a coach. We are finding out he is one hell of a coach and a great hire. Atlantic Men's Clinic's pretty good hire, too, if you're going through ED and low T like I was. Hey, man, it's funny? Nobody's proud to go around going, hey, I got low T real badly. I'm tired all the time. And I just really don't feel like doing much. I've noticed I'm kind of grumpy all the time and stuff. Yeah. Oh, you got low T. Yeah. I don't feel like doing anything, man. Eat same amount of food. I'm gaining weight, but I can't even stay awake to watch a movie on a Friday night. If you're going through that right now, you have low T. And let's get to the other part of this, and that's ED. Sex drive is gone. They run hand in hand, and it happens to every guy out there. Every guy out there, black, white, skinny, heavy, doesn't matter. Every man at some point will deal with ED and low T. And then the question is, how do you handle it? I didn't do very well. I had it for a little while there too, man. It was getting worse and worse and worse. I gained weight, got up to a nice, big, comfortable 265. And then, oh my God, the sex drive it was gone. Didn't have to worry. Didn't matter who went to bed first. It truly didn't matter. But I got to tell you, Atlantic Men's Clinic, it works, man. I had such great results. Best thing I ever did going in there. Set up that first appointment, got the PSA test, got the test dose done if medically advised. I had that done, met with their professional staff, and got great results. Put me on a program, say, hey, this is what we do. Are you in? Go, let's go, man. Let's roll. 2 years now. I'm like a different guy, man. I just feel better. I dropped the weight, first of all, which is really important for my health to start with and everything else. But 7 locations in South Florida serve you, including a brand new location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation, but I tell everybody, man, I love talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic because I really did get great results. Was in there on Friday. Call them 877-455-7300. They got a great staff, and you're in for great results. They do it the right way. They put together a program that's perfect for you, not me. 877-455-7300. Set it up. The most important one is the first one. Visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com.
It's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us here today?
First off, Joe, we'll give away those tickets at some point here to see the band Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama.
Not Sweet Home Alabama, but
something Alabama.
I know.
Country
I know
band
you're too.
Alabama.
Why don't you take
All
a little friggin' time to know an old band before you start half ripping it, jerky?
So let's talk a little coaching here, Joe. I'm going to go talk about some of my colleagues here in the coaching profession. And we have two coaches here. I'm going to play you some clips from. These are little rants we had. Do you want to start with, remember Doug Gottlieb?
Yeah, of course.
Used to come on the show every once in a while.
On all the time. Yeah.
So he is coaching at Green Bay in the Horizon League.
Oh, I didn't
here.
realize that.
Yeah,
He got out of our business and went to the other side.
Yeah, so he's been known to have a rant every so often. So here's his latest.
I need the league to explain to me why I got a technical foul when I did not curse. I was not demonstrative. I did not leave my box. All I said was, that's the same play as the other end. Okay? All we ask is that there's a fair game. That's what we ask. Okay? CJ O'Hara goes and gets an offensive rebound. Their player dives at his legs. CJ gets called for a foul. I need Donnie at the league and the new commissioner to explain to me the disparity in the officiating. That's what I need explained to me. I got no problem with their team, their staff. They played hard. They did what they do. They play tough and they play aggressive. I need somebody to explain to me, okay, how just those two. There's others that I have massive issues with, okay? Others that have including every time we touched them, there was a foul in the second half. The last play of the game, just to get the ball, they're grabbing us and holding us. Okay, and I understand. If you're not calling that, that's fine. You had the exact same play at both ends in the last play of the game. The exact same play. The exact same play.
Pretty jacked up.
So his team is 15-13. They were 4-28 a year ago, so he's improved.
Got a lot better.
Yes, he has.
He's a little fired up, though.
So we have that one, and then this one actually got a coach fired here, Joe. This is Kansas State.
Love this.
And this is Jerome Tang, and I am very curious your thoughts on whether this is a fireable offense here.
Hey, I'm gonna honor Christ like I always do. Blessed to do this, but this was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. I'm embarrassed for the university. I'm embarrassed for our fans, our student section. You know, it is just ridiculous.
Parents.
We got practice at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and
Kids you grew up with.
And we will get this thing right. I have no answer and no words. So y'all got two questions. So whoever want to ask two questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability right now. But right now, like I'm like pissed, and this is all right. Questions.
What's their record? Do you know? What's the record? They've been struggling.
Oh, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But they're a couple of years out of an Elite Eight appearance. They got killed. They lost by 30 to Cincinnati at home.
Yeah.
So that's what that was.
Okay.
So here's the issue with this. So they fired him with cause.
Yeah.
For embarrassing the program. So they don't have to pay his nearly $19 million buyout.
Right.
Which I'm guessing when the lawyers get involved, he's
I think he's
probably-
going to be okay. He's going to get some kind of settlement.
I'm sure he will. Is that a fireable offense to you, though? Like, I mean, guys saying guys won't be here next year, how embarrassing they are. And then, but you know, and I got to ask you about this one because you would know better than I did, but he brought up, you know, Jesus to start before he went full on ripping everyone. Is that,
Jesus is
are
safe.
they supposed to be in the same?
No. I'm telling you, Jesus is safe.
He's okay.
He's fine.
Okay. Because usually you don't want to bring that up right before you start crushing guys to dust, but
No, that's
No.
not going to be.
okay. So that's
That's not
okay.
an
That
issue.
was not an issue to
No.
you.
The issue is the team's not very good,
Yeah.
and
So fireable offense or no?
I don't know if that's going to be, but you're right. They're trying to find a loophole so they don't have to pay it. But this really has to do with his team's not very good. And if the players aren't very good, he's the one that recruited them to bring them in. And so he's being punished for that. But if they fire him for that, they have to pay him. So they're just trying. To me, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Trying to save a few bucks here, even if there's some kind of settlement where they don't have to pay it all for that. But yeah, we've heard a lot worse, man. That wasn't. He ripped the players and he apologized to the university and the fans, and he's got a pretty good case. They should have just said, "Listen, man, your team doesn't play hard for you. We're really bad. This is bad for business."
Well, here's the other issue, okay? If we're going to start paying guys, like if this was college basketball of, 5 or 6 years ago or whatever, and those kids are playing for a scholarship and they're truly student athletes, then maybe this is a problem. But they're getting paid.
Yes.
Like if an NBA coach did that, you probably would have lost his team by then.
Hey, man, there's a lot of guys on basketball teams. I know we get caught up in the football thing. There's a lot of guys on these basketball teams making a lot of money. There can be guys sprinting out of that G League trying to get back into college basketball because now they're going, holy crap, we never saw this coming. I want to play in one of the big conferences.
I just think you handle it differently now that guys are getting paid. When they start accepting money, that whole amateur student, kid gloves thing.
I don't know how good his talent is. I just heard that. And the problem is these schools, they're a lot of them on tight budgets, even though they're paying everything. You can't go around firing a coach.
Kansas State's not paying
That's why
kind of money that.
Kansas State is 1-11 in Big 12 play. They're dead last.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's why he got fired. But if you're fired for that reason, he's getting all that money. So they decided to throw in the whatever it was that he said that the school was upset about it. He didn't mention anything about the president of the university or the school sucks.
No.
And we don't get any, none of you guys.
He didn't do that.
He didn't go after the fan base.
Makes you apologize to them, but never good when you do that. But
yeah.
Anyway, Joe, our final one here. This was good. Michael Jordan won the Daytona 500 over the weekend.
Man, it was like he won that 7th championship that you were talking about right there.
That
didn't
picture of him hugging the trophy is pretty cool.
He was jacked up.
Yeah, he was excited.
I almost forgot he owned a team. I just about forgot how much money he truly has. He owns one of those NASCAR.
Apparently
teams.
he's worth $3 billion.
Yeah, he did fine. When he bought that team,
yeah,
the Charlotte Hornets, he did okay for himself. Not to mention whatever check he gets for the Nike brand every year, we could all live happily ever after over and over again.
All right, Joe, we're going to take caller number 5 right now, 305-567-0560. You're going to go to see Alabama at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater on February the 28th.
Woody, that sounds good. And we got Kyle Krabs going to join us coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We'll get into everything with busy day for the Miami Dolphins yesterday. John Eric Sullivan, the new general manager, did a little cleaning up, and we'll get in to see what Kyle's thinking here as we go forward with all that. Right now, I want to talk about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Yeah, for a lot of different reasons. Let me see. Credit card debt consolidation. How about behind in property taxes, HOA dues, assessments, judgments, liens? And man, you're just upside down right now and going, oh my God, these interest payments are killing us, man. It's just getting worse. Point, you can't sleep at night. You're going, what am I going to do? Well, how would you like to get some of that equity out of your home? How would you like to do that to get everything paid off and take care of it? Matter of fact, I got to tell you, the reverse mortgages have never been more popular than they are right now. If you're 62 or older and you and your spouse, you qualify. I know a lot of folks in their 60s been living in the same home for a long time. You got it paid off. You're sitting there and all this equity in your home, and you could really use it right now. Well, if you're going through it, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage gets them done fast, gets you the best rates, and more important, it gets it done about half the time of the big banks. First-time home buyer programs with little money down. He's got a great program for that. You can just go on and on with this 30 years of experience that Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage has and what he's been able to do, from whether you're a first-time home buyer, need to get some equity. You got debt consolidation you need to take care of. I'm telling you, Michael Kotze does it all. Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage reviews, and then give Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage a call. The guy works 7 days a week. You can call or text him, 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730. That's MLS 166254. Rates and terms are always subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. That's Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage.
Miami Heat, home of the 5-time national champion Miami Hurricanes, and Miami Hurricanes basketball.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than your price detail at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who will return home to host Virginia Tech tonight. The Canes came from behind to beat NC State on Saturday for their 20th win of the season. Tonight's game tips at 8 from the Watsco Center. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And to the Dolphins, who made significant roster moves yesterday, releasing Tyreek Hill, James Daniels, Nick Westbrook-Akine, and Bradley Chubb. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. A lot of guys leaving, Joe.
A lot, and more to come. Kyle Krabs, host of Locked On Fins and NFL analyst for A to Z Sports, joins us. And Kyle, everybody's going, holy smokes, what's going on? We knew it was coming, man. Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill, Nick Westbrook-Akine, and, of course, 3-play James Daniels.
James Daniels, Joe. Jeez.
What, more to come?
Yeah, probably. It's I think the guys that went yesterday, Nick Westbrook aside, but it's big salary names, right? James Daniels was due just short of $8 million. Tyreek was due $36 million, and Bradley was owed over $20 million in compensation. Their cap charges were obviously that's a different number, but just the cash and the payroll and cutting those guys. And whether it's James and the 3 plays he gave you this year, or Tyreek coming off the injury that he had, or Bradley was scheduled to be the 11th highest paid edge rusher in the league this year from a cash perspective. He was getting within $3 million of guys like Daniil Hunter and Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
So when you look at those names at those dollar amounts with their individual situations, I think any hopes that you had of potentially getting anything for any of those guys was dead on arrival, right? Like those dollar amounts for those players and their circumstances are non-starters. Like nobody's going to be interested in doing that, and they know you're up against the cap crunch.
Right.
So that was the number one question that I had from fans yesterday was, why didn't they try to trade in these guys? I just think the economics and their situations, you were never going to get anything for any of those guys with their circumstances. And I think the guys that are left, I'm sure there will be more changes, but I think there's some opportunity to at least explore some markets with some of the other guys that were kind of curious how their fate is going to end up going this offseason.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because you're right. They knew, like, hey, man, we've looked at your financial situation you're in right now. You can't keep those guys. Well, we're not doing anything with that. With that number, no shot. Release them. We'll get them. If we want them, we'll get them. And Bradley Chubb, I thought was a top 10 player on the team last year with his 8.5 sacks, but he's going to go somewhere. He's going to be fine. I think the Tyreek Hill one's very interesting. Not that we let him go. That was a slam dunk. But the dislocated knee, the ACL, I don't know, like even a full year off, which will be into the football season. I'm curious to see, and I know physically he's a freak. The gene pool's different than 99% of all other men out there. But, man, I'm dying to see how he comes back from this thing before everybody decides to put him back on Kansas City or go to Buffalo or anywhere else.
Yeah, and it sounds like he has one more procedure that he needs to have done as part of that recovery process too. So kind of a long journey back from him. And I wouldn't assume anything, that maybe is a guy who that process probably takes a while. I think teams will kind of want to get a feel for what his recovery window's like and how well he's moving when he can actually train and build up. There's also kind of the off-the-field investigation that the league has going on from some of the off-the-field stuff with his ex-wife. And I think there's a lot of questions with Tyreek that doesn't make it an assurance at all that he's going to find a sensible landing spot anytime soon. I suspect it'll be a while. That might end up being something that happens closer to the start of the season or potentially in season for a team that adds him, depending on what that recovery window looks like for Tyreek, which we obviously don't know.
All right, let's get to the big fish, man. We beat up the big fish last week. I guess some people said we went too far and whatever. Anyway, Tua Tagovailoa, $54 million. They said, you heard John Eric Sullivan said we'd like to know real soon on what we're going to do. We've told him we'll let him know real soon what's going to happen. Could something happen this week, even if they don't make the move, at least let him know what they're thinking going forward?
Yeah, so depending on what the Dolphins announced 3 of the 4 cuts yesterday, and I'm going to get to the Tua stuff, but I think Bradley Chubb ties into this a little bit. If they end up designating post-June 1st Bradley Chubb, I think that leaves the door open for the Dolphins to probably have a post-June 1st designation for Tua if they decide they're going to move on. I think there's kind of 2 avenues that they can take at this stage. But with them eating the dead cap charges from the other guys, they're either going to keep Tua on the roster through the summertime and try to explore the trade, in which case, they can maybe move the money around as far as the cap classification within the contract because they have to pay it no matter what, right? And I think that's more likely if they were to move on from Bradley in the here and now and just take the $7 million in cap savings. But if Bradley gets designated as a post-June 1st cut, and you only get 2 of those every offseason, and you have to have the player on the roster for the first day of the league year in March. So if they keep Chubb until the start of the league year in March, and then they designate him as a post-June 1st cut, they get $20 million in cap savings that goes into effect. They get no savings at first, but then on June 2nd, they get $20 million in cap savings. So I think if they go post-June 1st with Bradley, that leaves the door open for the Dolphins to do a post-June 1st with Tua and carry the $55 million cap charge up until they're credited him being off the roster, and they save like $1 million for incentive money for like a workout bonus is what they would say. All said and done.
Yeah. So there's so many different parts. Like, hey, Tua, we don't know if you're going to be around. We don't need you to show up for all the workouts, or how do you? It's just awkward. I mean, the whole thing of like maybe around, and I don't know. Can we trade him? I keep hearing about all these creative trades of like we'll throw in a bunch of money, the $54 million. We'll throw in a draft pick. Would you be interested? I'd love to know. Now I hear people talking about former player comes out and says Minnesota Tua would be great for Minnesota. And I was like, okay, same kind of problems, just going to a different team. What do you think happens?
Well, and the other part about Minnesota is Tua called the defensive coordinator there a horrible person like 2 years ago.
That's a good point too.
I don't know how eager I am to sign myself up for that if I'm Minnesota, but I think what probably ends up happening, we've heard some consistent messaging that they'd like to try to find a trade. If that is the case, if they're intent on exploring that because of the cap situation with his contract as it currently is, that move has to happen in the summertime. So if they're really intent on doing that, then the most likely avenue, in my opinion, is they keep him on the roster through the end of the spring, and then they try to explore trades after June 1st in which they could split the cap charges and whatever money they end up eating. I think the least likely thing to happen is that the Dolphins give a deluxe draft pick away with Tua to get somebody to effectively buy the contract out from Miami, because we've heard John Eric Sullivan preach about the importance of draft capital and how important it is, and it's your lifeblood. And
right.
I think the draft picks are more valuable than the year one cash/cap savings that could come if you offload Tua at the expense of a deluxe draft pick. I don't foresee that being a likely outcome in the cards.
All right, so there's still a couple guys. I think we're all curious. Minkah Fitzpatrick, he's watching this whole thing up in Boca where he lives. I'm curious. What do you think? What do you think happens? I can't imagine Minkah wants to go through this rebuild. What do you think?
Probably not. I also think he's probably the player on the roster that you could get a clean break from, that you could probably get a decent draft pick from. Like, you have your rookie contract guys like Achane and whatever you want to think about that decision for a running back for a team that's going through a rebuild. But I think Minka's he's a high cost player that I think probably gets you the best draft pick of all the high cost players that you could realistically move on from. Like Waddle, you could trade Waddle, but you'd lose like $12 million more against the salary cap by trading Jalen Waddle. So I don't know how likely that is now that some of these other cap dominoes have started to fall. So Minka would make a lot of sense with Jeff Hafley and his background as a defensive backs coach. I would love to keep Minka. I think you probably need to trim some more fat elsewhere around the rest of the roster. If you were going to do that, it would probably necessitate some kind of an extension. The safety room in Green Bay for Hafley was one of the strengths of the team. I think Minka would be a great piece and an asset for that. But if you're going to cash out, he's going to be his age 30 season.
Yeah.
You probably get a mid-round draft pick and save $15.6 million in salary if you were to trade him. So that one's going to be interesting to see. I would be surprised if they really test and see what kind of market they could find for him.
So there's one guy that I'm really interested in bringing in free agency, and we're sitting here talking about all kinds of problems with money, and I understand that. But this Malik Willis thing, if there's one guy, just looking at all these quarterbacks, I don't know if you agree with this or not, from guys you can trade for that you might be able to get, whether it's Vegas, whether it's San Francisco, or just all the veterans that are free agents right now that are out there, and all the names from Russell Wilson to Mariota to all these guys. I think Malik Willis has the potential most upside of anybody that I would be willing to take a chance on, not only to be a Band-Aid quarterback for now, but maybe your quarterback long-term. Are you with me on that? Or because it could be expensive and he could want too much money and they just have to close the door on that.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think, 26 years old, he's a high tools player from an arm strength and an athleticism standpoint. That matters, right? And if you're going to swing the bat on somebody this year, it should be somebody that could have the long-term payoff. And if you spend the money and he's not great or he's not good, then you're going to be in a position to draft a quarterback next year anyway. The concern about the money, what I would say is this, Joe, right now, after getting rid of, it's close to $70 million in payroll that they offloaded yesterday with the guys that they got rid of. They're down to 26th in the league in cash spending this year, right now. So for 2026, their cash commitments, 26th in the league, and more than 25% of the actual cash that they have committed for payroll this year belongs to Tua Tagovailoa. So when you look at it through that lens, they all of a sudden are near the bottom of the league for cash spending. If they're going to spend on one contract and it's an economically friendly option relative to starting quarterback money, John Eric Sullivan's talked about how this whole thing starts with the quarterback, right? And they're going to take swings every year. And he invoked names of bad contracts like Seattle signing Matt Flynn as an example of the process that helped to lead to finding a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I would not shy away from it at all. If I were the Dolphins, because they know him better than anybody, if they have the conviction, go sign a 2-year contract with whatever number guaranteed. And, you're really not going to be spending a lot in free agency elsewhere anyway. And if it flops, then okay, you're still in a position to draft a quarterback next year anyway. I don't see the downside with it personally.
We have one other topic here that's kind of important, and that is guys like Devon Achane want to be paid before he gets another carry as one of the top 5 or 6 running backs in the game, and still a young guy. What do you do on that one? Because what's next. If he ain't getting his money, is probably going to say, maybe you need to trade me.
Here's the thing that I think that this is a really important decision in my mind for this regime, because it's a tone-setting opportunity, right? How are you going to be known for how you conduct your business? And I think I remember you guys went into this last week, you and Bo, right? Is the first time somebody squeaked the wheel it got some oil, right? It got attention, and it got a new deal, and it got new guarantees, and this and that with the old guard that was in.
Yeah, we called that pouting, but yeah, I like yours. Yours sounded better. They'll be much happier with what you said. So go ahead. I like that better.
So the Dolphins, the attractive part about rookie contracts is their cost-controlled windows, running backs, and the franchise tag and transition tags. It's significantly cheaper than the vast majority of other positions across the league. I'm not saying that the Dolphins should, put their heels in the ground and play hardball and tell Devon you're going to play this year on your contract no matter what, but they're going to go through a negotiation process, I'm sure, try to find a good price that everybody feels good about, that's fair and compensates him for what he's been on the field. But if it doesn't come to pass, okay, like I got you under contract this year, and you've got the franchise tag that we could use next year if we have to. Like these tools are out there and they exist. And I'm fascinated to see, especially because it's year one with that position, a running back, as good as Devon is. I think he's phenomenal, right? And I want him here long term. I do. But, the sun, the moon, the stars, I don't know that you come in and you sign that contract right off the jump with what needs to get done with this entire team. So that's how I am kind of curious how they're going to go about it.
I was asked about this. I just wanted to get before I let you go. Tua or Kyler Murray, if you had to have one, who would you feel better with, knowing both teams would love to get rid of both guys if they could?
Kyler's got some more athletic traits. I would say Kyler, just for, I think everybody benefits from a change of scenery. I think Tua benefits from a change of scenery. I think the Dolphins benefit from a change of scenery. If it's Kyler, you're presuming that they're probably going to have to cut him when it's all said and done. So you could sign it, and he's got guarantees this year on his contract. So he'd be in on a 1-year deal for vet minimum.
Yeah.
It's not like you're paying any extra, right? And that's as compared to even like Malik Willis, we're talking about giving a $20, $25 million contract to. Kyler Murray would be 18.5 to 23.5 million less than that on a 1-year deal. So I don't think Kyler's a long-term answer for an NFL team at quarterback, but I just think this regime knows that this player here in Tua is not their answer, and the more reps you commit to him when you know he's not your answer long-term is counterproductive.
Yeah. Well, listen, it got started yesterday, and really no surprises. We knew it was coming, and probably you think we hear anything on Tua this week, Kyle, or no?
I don't think so. I'd be surprised if that one happens this week, just because I've heard so much of their interest in trying to trade him, which means they have to milk this process out. I'd be surprised if we get that one this week.
Yeah, good call. Kyle, thank you as always, brother. Appreciate it.
Of course, Joe. Good talking with you.
All right. Kyle Krabs, the host of Locked On Fins, NFL analyst for A to Z Sports, joining us this morning. But, yeah, man, we'll get back, and we got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning, as John Eric Sullivan was very busy and just getting started. Anyway, we've got a lot of other stuff to get to. It's going to be that time to start making decisions on your air conditioning. It's going to be that time. It's coming up, man. What are you going to do? There's a whole bunch of companies out there. You probably haven't been happy. You probably find yourself flipping from, I had a bad experience. Oh, my God, that was bad. Oh, my God, they don't show up on time. They're charging me for something I didn't even know. Oh, my God, I didn't need a new air conditioner. You could have fixed the one I had. You're telling me, oh, my gosh. There's just not a lot of trust in the air conditioning business. And, man, if you're starting to look around, I got to tell you, the president, Melissa De Varona of Chill Zone Air Conditioning, she takes all the calls. So just so you know, just to give you an idea, she will take your call. You tell her what's going on. She sends a crew, and all that crew, all the staff that they've had, all the trucks that go out have been with them for a long, long time. Family owned and operated, great service. That's what it was built on. Communication, trust, all those things should be important to you, especially when you're frustrated. And if you're going through it and you're looking for a new experience, I know it's going to be a good one. Chill Zone Air Conditioning is really good. Go to chillzoneac.com. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM, 786-378-2778. That's 786-378-2778. Owned and operated, family that's ready to take great care of you, whether you need a new air conditioning unit, whether the one you have just needs to be fixed, air duct anything that you might need, duct cleaning, they do it all for you, man. They really do. Covering all of South Florida. Hey, I know you're in for a great experience. Check them out. That's Chill Zone Air Conditioning.
Hurricanes basketball.
All right, welcome back. Want to thank Kyle for joining us a little bit to talk about everybody wants to know what the numbers are and the cap hit and base salaries and Dolphins trying to clean up some money, clean up some of this this mess that has been created over the last few years. And so anyway, Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill, James Daniels, and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. By the way, you probably knew that he wasn't playing much at the end of the year. They pretty much benched him, so we knew he was going to be moving on here. And John Eric Sullivan trying to get this thing cleaned up the best that he can. And, of course, a lot of that money is still on one guy who was your quarterback most of last year, and that's Tua Tagovailoa and then some of the other guys. Well, I'll tell you what, not a great year to be asking for more money if you are one of those 4 or 5 really good players trying to get an extension. That's a tough one. They've got a core of 5 or 6 guys they really like that have honestly outplayed their contracts. They've been that good. And they're going, boy, it's a bad time. Should have been in the Pout Club here a couple years ago. If you had been in the Wine and Pout Club and part-time practice club, you could have got the money, but that was given out a couple years ago, and looks like we're going to be out of that business for a while now as John Eric Sullivan, general manager, doing it the right way, man. Got to clean it up. We gave him, he inherited, and he knew it when he took the job. He knew, the whole group knew what they were getting into. So it'll be interesting to see who he keeps, who they trade, who they move on from, who they release, who they draft. All that stuff is on the way. And with John Eric Sullivan in charge of cleaning this thing, it's got to start at the top, man. It's got to start at the top, and he's going to have final say on veteran players as well as this draft class coming in and who's going to be here. And then find out the Minkah Fitzpatrick. Does Minkah want to play in this situation? If they do say, hey, we'd like to keep you, how's Minkah feel about staying here at this point in his career, or does he want to move on? Would he prefer to be traded? And all those things. Boy, I'll tell you what, you talk about first year as a general manager, having a few things to do. Woo, man. John Eric Sullivan's got a lot. Anyway, so it's just started yesterday. And by the way, I do want to say this. I want a few things I wanted to say about Tyreek Hill. And hey, man, 22 and 23 were special years. They were like never before. 119 catches in both seasons. It seemed like every week something crazy was happening that wasn't normal. Catching it down the side, catching a crossing route, taking it to the house. It was, you start talking about not only 119 catches in each of the 2 seasons, but over 1,700 yards, including almost 1,800, 1,799 in 1 year and 13 touchdowns. So he put together, and they were fun, man. It was fun for everybody. Everybody was like, hey, man, this is cool, helping us win games, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. With everything you added, and you drafted, and you brought in through free agency, and you traded for, all those things. It was one of the most attractive teams we've had in 25 years. It was one of the best-looking rosters on both sides that we've had in a long time. And that equaled not winning the AFC East one time, still owned by Buffalo at that point. Now New England is taking over. And you didn't win playoff games. So it was a failure. It was a failure because it's not about a winning record. It's about winning playoff games. And best chance to win playoff games is to have some of them, at least the first one at home.
Well, that's why today is so sad too, right? Because you're getting rid of a guy that was the most electric, exciting player, maybe in the history of franchise. I mean,
yeah,
he's right up there.
Yeah, he is.
I don't want to take away from the teams that were actually good a long time ago, but that guy was, Tyreek in his prime here.
Well, I just
doing stuff we've never seen.
No, he is. No question.
He was the best player in the league there. He got voted.
He was voted.
He was the best player in
by
football.
The players. Like, that guy does what he's doing. He does better than anybody else.
To see it come to this sort of end where the guy's hurt, and the
Not
whole
just
thing's
hurt.
getting blown up. And
Yeah.
it's a really kind of a bummer way to end what should have been a good story.
Well, it's now officially, it's over. Dislocated knee, the ACL.
He'll play somewhere next year, I'm sure. Right? Someone will, Kansas City or someone will give him a shot. I mean, he's going to be cheap.
He's got to pass physical and get on the field.
Yeah, I understand that part of it. But
I mean,
what
they're not
are we
just
talking,
gonna
a
go,
minimum contract?
Tyreek Hill, come out here, limp over here, man.
I got you on that, but
his thing is the speed. Faster than
know.
everybody else.
And I'm guessing he's going to try.
Oh, no.
And I'm
he's
sure
working.
there's a team out there that'll give him a shot.
He'll be motivated for a lot of reasons, but
a lot of teams down the stretch of this thing, they were like, man, they could really use a wide receiver.
I get it. If he's healthy.
Yeah. But 80% Tyreek Hill's better than probably anything Buffalo rolled out.
I'm just saying, dislocated knee. You can go through you can
Yeah.
play make-believe world all you
Look at
want.
Kansas City.
Dislocated knee, ACL, another surgery probably needed here at some point, another cleanup before he gets to where he needs to. But
so you don't believe that he will play again?
I don't know. I'm not just for like all of a sudden all these teams that need a receiver going, let's add Tyreek Hill. That's our number one guy.
No, I don't think any of them will say number one guy, but I'm guessing he will come very cheap at this point.
He got to be healthy. Nobody's touching him till he is. The doctors look, call, talk to the doctors, and make a decision. But hey, listen, if he can come back from that, be a hell of a job. He can come back and stay healthy. Hey, man, I wish him the best. I'm not sitting here hating on Tyreek Hill for everything, but yeah, listen, it was a great story and it wasn't enough. It was a great story. It was a fun offense, 29, 30 points a game the 1 year. It was everything about it was, fast scoring, big play after big play between those guys, between he and Waddle, but still didn't do enough, man. Still didn't put us where we thought we're going to have a chance to, and that's win the AFC East. Same story. So anyway, that's where we are. And then how do they feel about Malik Willis, and how much are they willing to spend before they say we can't afford Malik Willis, or even a chance to find out if he's not only a short-term guy, but he might be the long-term guy. And there's probably some other teams that have seen him that feel pretty good about Malik Willis too. Boy, there is just so much work, just so much, from the old roster to bringing in as many draft picks as you can of your own guys and what you want them to look like, and from your scouts and your front office guys and everything else. That it's incredible to go with what you're coming back with. But man, there is. When I said this, I was not exaggerating. I do exaggerate sometimes on things, but said this thing was going to be a lot done to this roster. And now that was just a teaser yesterday of what you can expect going forward as stuff continues to leak out on. And by the way, all those guys, like what we said before, and Kyle said just a few minutes ago, we're trying to save as much money as we can, so there are going to be different times for different guys when they get released under their contracts, and before they get roster bonuses and all those things that pop up. We've got to go to break. We got a lot more stuff to get to. Thought the NBA All-Star game, man, I think the old commission might have figured it out, man, on Sunday. The Sunday part, I'm not crazy about the G League slam dunkers, but I will tell you, I thought they're on to something, and it can only get better with more of the guys playing. The World against a couple of NBA teams from the United States was pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. They played hard. Played hard for sure. All right, so I think the commissioner is probably pretty happy with what he ended up seeing for that game. All right, we got to go to break. I do want to take a second to tell you about Recovery Unplugged. Dr. Barry and his staff do a great job over there, and I want to talk to men out there. And, a new year means a fresh start, new goals, and a chance to reset. If you're going through it and you need a reset, if you're off the road a little bit right now and you can't get back on, you're in a funk and you just can't do it by yourself. Same routine. Can't even get out of the house sometimes. You find yourself depressed, sitting around watching TV, maybe drinking too much or other things. If your mental health needs a comeback season, Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud. Welcome back, and good morning to everybody out there. Hope you had a little bit of time off to relax a little bit with family, maybe play a little doubles tennis. I played doubles tennis with my wife. It didn't go so well, Woody. She took a little fall, so that didn't go well. It's not just pickleball; it's tennis.
Yeah. What gave you the itch to play doubles? I know you're not a doubles guy.
That was my daughter and her boyfriend.
Okay. So they challenged you or something?
Yeah, but my wife did not really want to play. She was kind of into watching, and then come on, you can hit it a little bit. And she used to like to play, and she hadn't played. It was just not a good idea. Just didn't go well. Didn't go well. Anyway, hey, it really didn't go well at all. She got injured. That's the worst part. Hey, this story's unbelievable. You may not even realize it. It's we talked earlier about stories and comebacks, and hey man, this mental health stuff and block and all this stuff that's going on, we see it more and more, especially with athletes now and everything going on. This True Washington story, this story's really just, we have Coach on every week and we talk to him. So True Washington, now I don't know if it was, I don't know if it's the reason. He was taken out starting lineup, right? Freshman was put in his place. He went to the bench. Did he go on the bench for one game? I think he did go for one game, or when he found out he played that game, but then he missed a couple of games.
Now, just to clarify, though, too, like he was still playing. He was still part of the rotation, but yes, he did get pulled from the starting lineup, but he was still playing a pretty decent complement of minutes.
He was playing a lot, coming off the bench.
I want to say it was 2 or 3 games.
So anyway, he ends up, he's not playing. Obviously, I don't know if it's mental health, all you got to do is say mental health, and the topic just, nobody goes, oh, okay. Really not knowing. And I hope people don't use it as a cop-out. I hope, since if you have it, it's legit. But anyway, so I thought, he's going to have to take some time away. And all I know is he suited up for the last game against North Carolina, but he didn't play, right? He was back, and he's working out with the guys. You're like, okay, but they didn't put him in. So now they play this last game against NC State, and the guy hits. He ends up with 13 points, and you needed every one of them. But at the end of the game, they're down 2, and True Washington, and they're a terrible free throw shooting team. They're one of the worst free throw shooting teams. You would think they never work at it. They're so bad. This guy stands there on the road and makes 3 free throws. 2 to tie, the third one to win. How good is that? He misses 1. The game's probably going to overtime. So just a great story, man. I hope he, I can't imagine you make those. You don't make those 3 free throws, you lose the game. So just a great story, great comeback. Whatever it was that happened in NC State, I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. 1 minute left, down 76-69, and the Canes scored 8 straight points to win that game. But they scored 8 points in less than a minute to win that game, including 3 free throws at the end by True Washington to win it. Just a great story. This guy a couple weeks ago, a week or 2 ago, I thought he might be off the team. I was waiting for the coach to go, he's decided. It made no sense, by the way. You've already lost your year of eligibility. Just finish it. So I don't know if he figured all that out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed his mind. I don't know if the guys got a hold of him. We need you, man, whatever it is. But comes back and hits the 3 biggest free throws in his life. Just a great story.
They're going to end up with 25 wins, you would think. I mean, the schedule's pretty favorable down the stretch. They get a shot at that, conference tournament.
Yeah.
But they should be playing in the big tournament, man. They should be in that field.
Just be careful. Just be careful, Cal, Florida State head. Just be careful before you decide to
They
Look
got
at
Florida
schedule.
State again, by the way, coming up here.
On the road.
On the road.
Yeah.
Another one of those nice 9 o'clock Eastern games.
Yeah.
Love those.
Perfect for you.
Perfect for everyone, yeah.
Yeah, those are great. But anyway, hey, nice story going over. 20-5, as you said, back in action tonight. And
Very winnable one tonight.
just okay.
Yep.
Well, they're all winnable unless you're playing Duke.
That's true.
That's
Don't play
Syracuse.
Duke.
No, not
Play
on
Duke
the schedule.
in the ACC tournament.
By the way, Syracuse found out all they needed to know about Duke last night.
Duke's good.
Boy, that Boozer kid is good.
Yeah.
Good God. His
Wow, they're
brother's
loaded.
not bad either. They the Boozer brothers are from Columbus, are pretty damn good.
Duke's got that basketball thing figured out.
Yeah, and they're not they throw in when they're throwing in true freshmen, they are they're Big Macs with extra sauce, man.
They're
For
usually
sure.
NBA ready.
Yeah, they are. Discussion is, are you going 1 year or are you going 2?
Think about how good that team was last year to not win at all. I mean, you had Knipple and Cooper
Hey,
Flag.
had all those guys over on the sideline watching the game yesterday. They're on
Yeah.
that big, long break. And I don't know about you, but I got an NBA break. Last thing I'm doing is going back to watch my college play a basketball game, which I do for a living. I might be doing, if I'm Cooper, I don't know, probably doing something different than hanging out at Duke.
Probably very popular over
Oh,
there.
I'd say he is.
Probably does all right for himself.
No, he does that. That will never be the problem, Woody. You're right. He'll never have that.
Maybe he has a
problem.
nice time when he goes back there.
No, I saw those guys.
He's still
there.
young.
Yeah, you're right. He is.
He should be in college by, his age.
At least he didn't go to the G League.
No, because then he would have been in the dunk contest.
Hey, we're going to start getting on that kid for not dunking, playing
Well-
in that dunk contest, too. There's a guy who can jump.
So
You
the
know?
problem now, too, is that guy basically almost killed himself in the dunk contest. Like, how are you going to get stars? Like, if you were afraid of getting hurt before,
Woody.
that guy fell hard, man.
Woody.
That was so embarrassing. I'm watching that with my son,
Woody,
and that guy just.
What did you just say? Did you just say?
Well, I think the players are scared to do it because of getting hurt, right?
Well, you can't do anything that's going to, like, creative under the basket and expect to jump high. These guys occasionally hit their head on the backboard. That's
This
not
guy
the first time
just-
that's
I just
happened.
didn't get high enough, and he kind of flipped directions in midair. But
They're trying to get creative. Listen, man.
I give the guy a lot of credit, though. He got right back up and acted like he was okay, and that guy was.
He was hurting a little bit.
Oh, could you imagine?
I didn't see it.
He smashed his head. He's lucky he didn't get knocked out cold.
Keshad Johnson, though. Why is it we talk about these things and you just bring up the absolute worst? Is it you?
No, I was. We had money on Keshad to win
Oh.
it, so it was great.
All right.
It was a good outcome, but
Damian Lillard took care of the 3-point shot. Said, guess, hey, man, thought it'd be kind of cool to bring you back. He goes, yeah, I'm going to be back in the league next year. Let me go ahead and warm it up and win that contest here a little bit before I go back to Portland.
you think he's excited about going back to Portland?
I think he is. I think that guy really likes Portland. I think he couldn't wait to go back after his experience in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he said, you know what? That's enough for me, man.
Yeah.
I want to go back where,
Well, the Milwaukee thing's gotten messy, huh?
they got on him for years because he kept re-signing with Portland. They're like, what are you doing? Go back to the Bay Area, Golden State. And he's a Bay Area guy. I think he grew up in Oakland. And he goes, nah, go to California. The teams down south love to have. Everybody wanted the guy. He's one of the great clutch players and playing in Portland. And he said, hey, man, I know you guys don't understand this, but I really like living here. Love it up here.
Someone just called you out. They said you'd rather watch NBA All-Star crap, which we can see year-round, than the Winter Olympics, which we never see, and you watch men's figure skating.
I
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Well, when you have time with your wife sitting there or lying down, I did have to spend
Sounds
some
like
time.
a dramatic situation. I mean,
Yeah,
guy's
my-
trying to do the triple axel or whatever, and he falls twice. Were they good falls? Did
So
he
no. So
he pop back up, or
so the guy was hyped up, man, because he's
what
so
country
good.
is this guy from?
Ours.
Oh, really? He's an American.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
just
I
got
don't
a
like
foreign
joking
looking
about this
name, but
thing.
he's one of ours. And
Okay.
and he's like, they're building him up about all these things he does. I don't know a lot about the sport and everything, but the guy falls twice, but then after he was done, he's literally breaking it down of what happened and like basically all the things that probably could have figured out, as far as, I just had demons in my head. All these negative thoughts came before, and, the moment I thought about the moment, what the hell am I doing? And my anxiety and
all right. So I'm looking a little more into this here. So first of all, the guy does have a very difficult name. You know his nickname?
I don't know.
He's the Quad God because he's the first and only skater to successfully land a fully rotated quadruple axel in international competition.
Yeah. No.
So he's called the Quad God.
Well, there was no Quad God to this one. It was quad ice.
They're saying that there was a problem with the ice. People are claiming the ice was too soft during men's figure skating.
The other guys didn't fall.
Boy, he looks really upset.
Well, of course he is. He's two-time world champion and lost in like 14 events over a couple years. The guy he'd show up and everybody goes, all right, we're playing for second here. Nice to see you.
We might have had an ice issue. So the final 6 athletes, 5 suffered falls.
I don't know. I didn't hear him use that. He just talked about the demons in his head. Okay, you want to start doing the excuse thing and you're reading and stuff, but
I'm just telling you what I'm seeing.
Said that he had.
This is a thing. Like a lot of people are talking about the ice conditions.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, let's go to break here.
Hey, if the ice is too soft, it's tough to do the quadruple axel. You know that, though.
Probably. Well, you've done so much skating and so much stuff in your sports in life. I'm sure you really.
The Quad God, you got to admit, is a cool nickname.
He was, but I didn't know. Right now, it's the Iceman because he spent more time on that damn ice.
Oh, come on, man.
No, it's bad. He's talking about his nerves were overwhelming.
The ice was too soft.
Pressure of
Bad
the Olympics.
You got to have better conditions.
He said, I got caught up in the moment of what was at stake here.
I respect that. He should have blamed the ice.
Hey, Baptist Health South Florida. Don't blame them. Hey, and by the way, Dr. Swartzen and everybody, thank you guys so much, man. Everybody at Baptist Health South Florida, spent a little bit of time there with my wife over the last few days. I can't thank you guys enough, man. Seriously. Dr. Swartzen and the staff came through big, and I really, really appreciate it. Set us up and got it all taken care of there. As can't thank them enough for all that stuff. Hey, I do like talking about one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. And enter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins. People ask me all the time, where do the pros go? We're very lucky. Those guys are really good. A knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. Man, we got a great group, man. We got a great group of doctors. That's how you become one of the top sports medicine programs. Not only the specialists, but the team doctors that work together. And it's about keeping everybody healthy. Enter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU, all the U's, man, are all over there letting those great doctors at Baptist Health South Florida take good care of them, just like they will. We got great facilities to go with it. Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 and Pine Island in Plantation. Great doctors and ready to help all of us. Hey, one thing's for sure. When you're competitive, it's coming. Sooner or later happens to everybody. Injury. Just visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One go every day with the great doctors they have to get you healthy, back out playing the sports you love the most.
Tonight, you didn't
He looks, by the way, have you seen the movie Blades of Glory?
No.
With Will Ferrell and the kid from Napoleon Dynamite? He looks identical to Jimmy McElroy, who was Will Ferrell's skating partner in the movie. They look like twins.
It's just that so the Olympics are notorious for good reason. They take their best, biggest name athletes in the most popular sports, and they promote them heavily for the Winter and Summer Olympics. That's what they do. And this guy was one of them as a great 21-year-old figure skater, 2-time world champion. And it's just weird because, first of all, he fell twice. I didn't know everybody else fell.
Somebody said over 20 skaters fell.
But
it's bad ice conditions, man.
So anyway, the whole thing was, though, that he didn't talk about the ice. By the way, they were falling, though. And now I think about it, I was watching In and Out. But
someone said, talk about a total letdown. If you're going to have a nickname with God in it, you better walk on water.
You better. Yeah, you better.
Who else do we? Well, the punt God, remember him? But he had a little off the field situation.
He did.
He's back.
Yeah.
Who else do we have?
I don't know, but
the quad God. What a cool name.
This guy. It's just we don't hear athletes very often just talk about what happened.
He should have blamed the conditions.
He came out and
it's like blaming the refs after a loss, right?
Just nerves were overwhelming. I had thoughts. I was afraid of this when I was warming up. Now, listen, part of that could have been like, maybe I can't do this. It's a little slippery. I don't know. They'll warm up a little bit.
Did he still do good? Were the judges like out of line?
No,
with their
what are you
scoring,
kidding?
Or?
He fell twice. Went to 8th.
Somebody wants to know if you know how to ice skate.
No, never skated as a kid. Roller skated. I had a roller rink at not too far. You took the little girls, that was kind of the first thing as a girl to high school would meet you at. That's the only reason.
Those places were hot, man, in the day. We had that music. One in Kendall, Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
But no, did a number on that thing.
I got to tell you, man, no ice growing up. No ice unless I went up to Tahoe, up in the Sierra Nevadas. There was plenty of snow.
We got a comparison right now on our YouTube stream. We got a comparison of Jimmy McElroy and the quad God. I'm not going to try to say his name, but man, do they look similar. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
You like that position that they're in? It's a good picture.
You guys are sick. You guys,
it is a funny movie.
You guys are
a very funny movie.
Sick people.
You
it's
like
Malanen.
Right?
Is Malanen.
Malanen?
Yeah. Ile or Malanen.
You just left him at the quad God, but
fell twice.
Quadruple.
That's a tough one, man. That's like Lindsey Vaughn. They were pumping her up, and then she hurt her ACL, and they go, no, she torn her ACL or what she was strained it or something, but she's still gonna
she ruptured it.
Yeah, but she's still gonna go and compete. And I'm like, are you serious? Watching those guys go down that cutting, going down.
I have no idea how physically she was able to cut up and down.
By the way, I don't know what speeds they're hitting up there. Only you people that are
they're
like
pretty fast.
Advanced skiers, but I get to the top and I'm like, oh hell no! Can you get me down, please? I'm way too high.
She's got a Tyreek Hill type of deal going. She had 4 surgeries already.
Yeah, she's. Her dad finally came out and said, "That's it for my daughter."
I would think
she's
so.
41 years old. I think she's in her 40s. Now.
Yeah, she is.
But what a story, man. Now, some of that was done. Corporate America was calling. And I'm guessing she's a beautiful woman, too. So that all comes into play. But I just haven't been in the Winter Olympics, except I will be when Canada and the United States playing coming up here.
Hockey.
They're looking like it's going to be, here we go again, boys.
You're not into this, like what's on right now? This guy pushing along here on skis?
No, I got great respect for
country
all
skiing?
the cross country. No, but I, again.
You just don't want to sit and watch this. It's a tough watch.
I was with somebody the other day and they go, you grew up like really close to some of the best skiing in the world. And I go, yeah, I couldn't afford to do the best skiing. We never did as a family. We just never did it.
You talking about Tahoe?
Yeah. They got ski resorts everywhere.
Yeah.
On the way up there, before you even get to Tahoe, there's great ski resorts everywhere. And so I just never did it.
I never went growing up either. I did
You
it
never
later,
did?
later in life, but now I don't know, man. I'm concerned. You never want to have one of those injuries.
When you're doing it, you don't think about getting hurt while you're young.
I'm not young anymore.
Start thinking about injuries when you get my age or my wife's age. She went down. Went down hard. Didn't get up. Had to get her a little help there the other day. I feel bad. Still coming in here. Still coming in while the old girl's at home there. Be home in a little while and help her out.
Yeah, we may need to keep you home.
No, I'm good. Hey, we've got a lot more stuff coming up here this morning. Big news from John Eric Sullivan, Finn's new general manager, getting after it yesterday. And boy, there's just so much work to be done. They're already, ESPN's like, what are they going to do with Tua? I know what they'd like to do with Tua. They would love to trade and have somebody pick up the whole salary. So can you imagine Tua hears, and John Eric Sullivan is brutally honest. I mean, not beating around the bush, not trying to be anybody's friend. Hey, man, I'm the new sheriff in town here. Here's how we're going to do it. You've done some great things for this team, but I'm not sure what we're going to do with you. We haven't decided yet. Listen, man, if you're the franchise quarterback, you don't have that conversation. That conversation never takes place. So just a matter of, three things can still happen. Some people out there got him starting for other teams right away. I don't know. I guess that could happen.
Well, let me ask you, in this scenario, let's say they don't want to draft a quarterback in the first round, which seems unlikely right now, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's 99.9% not going to happen.
Let's say they don't like this guy, Malik Willis, who has the same physical stature of Tua, right? They're both 6'1", 225. So people are concerned about that.
They have nothing in common already.
But let's say they're not sold on that guy and they don't want to pay him to come over here, whatever. Do you just, now that you're going to be paying Tua regardless.
The question is,
do you just leave him on the roster and let him just.
They could. I mean,
you're going to be bad with him playing.
That is one. But again, it's just,
I know you want him out of here.
No. Will you listen to me before you start the whole I want him out and everybody thinks I'm not a fan of the guy.
Very hard on him.
Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Is that the best you can do today here coming in? Okay. The guy, it's an awkward situation. You go from franchise quarterback now.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, you're going to be the backup. And it's just, they want him out of here, man. It's just the whole thing. It's awkward for everybody.
But what is your other option, though? And I'm fine if they say they want to start Quinn Ewers. I mean, it's fine.
You go young guys. I still think they're going to draft a quarterback later on. And the second thing is there's going to be a lot of veteran guys out there. If you want to get one of those guys, I don't know how much they're going to cost. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but why? Why do you want to do that? Just so you can win a couple of games here and there?
Well, so what are you saying? Just leave Tua there?
Well, clearly they're I'm not going to use the word tanking because I know it bothers you, but clearly they are resetting this entire thing, right? They're getting rid of a lot of guys.
They're not doing this on purpose. This is not, they're not doing this on purpose right now. This thing's upside down.
Yes,
it's a mess.
But they have to do this.
Right.
They have to.
Yes.
So
league requirements
they are not going to be good next year. I think that's pretty much.
Couldn't have kept all these guys and go, hey, league, how'd we do? They're going, oh, you're 150 million over the cap, but you're great.
Someone said 4-win season incoming. They're going to be one of the worst teams in football, you would think, unless they have some kind of miraculous draft and they sign some.
No.
I don't know, but.
No, it
would seem very unlikely that they're going to be a good football team.
No, it's not a good situation.
Like even when this has worked, these rebuilds, and it's worked quick, it doesn't happen in the first year.
This thing has lots of work, including finding the quarterback.
Which is why it's kind of a sad situation you're in right now. But, people don't want to keep waiting. It's been a long wait.
No. The wait, the patience thing is it's hard for
running
for
out
fan
of
base.
patience.
Yeah, no, it's not. This thing's not easy. But listen, we did this. Somebody signed off on it when we did it, and they had to know. If I'd be really disappointed if I found out like the ownership and the front office of Tom Garfinkel and those guys went, wow, we didn't man, we didn't realize we're in this kind of mess, like, and we're going to be in this kind of mess, like, before now, that should have known this was coming. So it's, I'm sure it's frustrating.
Tough sell to your season ticket holders, man. I spent a lot of money to go to those games.
It's a tough one this year. It is. It is. This team's going to have to.
You got to sell them on the future, right?
Well, they want to see that it's going in the right direction. They want to see good young players come in. They want to see that you know what you're doing and all those things. But, hey, man, Jeremy Fowler the other day on ESPN, I was watching, he did a breakdown of all the different tiers of teams,
and
they did full-blown overhaul, and it was the Raiders, Dolphins, Cardinals, and the Jets.
Yeah.
And what are you going to get mad at that? Like, you're going, I get it. 3 of the teams you're with, though, were all 3-14 last year. Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Jets. But, oh, man. But John Eric Sullivan's got to do it. It's got to be done. Got to be done. Got to be done. And it's frustrating. All right. Hey, listen, we got to go to break here. We got a lot more stuff to get to here in the 9 o'clock hour. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Tonight.
And welcome back, and good morning to everybody out there. I'll tell you what, this University of Miami basketball team, what a nice little story going here. Lost a couple of tight games against some games they probably felt should have had, Florida State and the Cal game, but boy, they bounced back, didn't let it affect them, and got some good wins on the road, and got another good one, finishing it out the other night against NC State, and try to keep it going tonight. Back home, if you get a chance to go out there tonight down to Coral Gables and watch the Canes try to get their 21st win of the season. Do you have to win those ACC championship games? Can you just have a good finish, or do you still have to go that ACC tournament and get a win or two before you get in?
So in your scenario, what do they have, 23, 24 wins?
Yes.
Boy, you would think that's enough, man. They have pretty good wins on there. You know, you would think it's enough. It's weird they're not ranked, but
well,
like, you're gonna tell me that they're not one of the 25 best teams in the country?
They have. What's their big besides North Carolina?
North Carolina's their big win. The NC State win was a good win. Like, they were 6-point underdogs in that game. Went on the road, and
I don't know if they look at Vegas or if they go by rankings.
Well, they go by the rankings and the quads and whatever. But so you go on the road, you beat those guys. Yeah, I mean, again, I would think, Joe, playing in the ACC with that record, they've done enough. And they're in at the moment. Like, they're in the field. Now the question just becomes, how do they finish? And they don't have the most difficult schedule down the stretch. Like, you got FSU in there, Boston College in there.
Like you said, get as
many Virginia
wins.
and Louisville if you want more signature wins, though.
Yeah. Get one of those.
There you go.
Get one of those, and that would
be
definitely help the situation. Anyway.
But I do think, to answer your question, I think they're getting in. Unless this thing just implodes at the end, which I don't think it will. But.
Hey, listen, on top of that, they get a guy back, True Washington, which, wondering there for a while if he was done for the year when somebody didn't show up for a couple of games.
You couldn't have scripted that, right? The way that game ended. What a bizarre finish.
Still.
Of all the people to go up there and hit three free throws.
On a bad free throw shooting team, and he makes three out of three on the road.
They couldn't make a free throw to save their lives in that game. It was unbelievable. The guy that was starting in his place went up there and missed 2, like moments earlier.
Not a great free throw shooter. I noticed
nobody I don't want to say nobody, but they were shooting like 50% at that point.
Oh.
They left a lot of points at the line, and he went up and knocked them down.
He did.
Very impressive.
Not 1, not 2,
but
3.
Good job to sell that call too.
That was a
what a collapse by NC State.
Yeah, not a good one.
Yikes.
Great win for them to go on the road and not give up and win with. It's just weird. Usually you would think you're up 7.
Well, essentially all they had to do was inbound the ball.
Right.
Just hold it. But they threw it away, and once you start doing that, like, it tends to snowball on you.
Yeah.
Right? And boy, did that thing ever snowball.
That was a hell of a finish for sure, man. Good win for those guys. All right, hey, so we've been talking a lot about Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill. If you're just joining us, and Nick Westbrook, Akine, and James Play Daniels, right guard, the 4 of them were
it's not very nice, by the way.
What?
You're dogpiling right now.
Not dogpiling. Play 3 plays.
Okay.
I'm not exaggerating.
I understand.
Like, oh, come on, what did he play? No, he played 3 plays. I think everybody thought he was going to be coming back, and all right, give him a few games, and next thing you know, it's for 16 games, nothing. So that's what happened. Anyway, the other guy we haven't talked about, it's going to be interesting, is Austin Jackson. I left him out today. I think they keep him. I think they want to keep him. Right tackle. Just need him to stay healthy. He's missed a lot of games. But when he plays, he's pretty good. Pretty darn good. So this team, John Eric Sullivan knows too that the more guys you get rid of, you got to find replacements, especially if they're good players. And then going cheap on free agency. I'll tell you what, if I'm a rookie draft pick this year, a rookie undrafted player, boy, Dolphins going to be one team I'm looking for to get my career going. There's no question. They call me and they say, we liked you. Good chance I'm coming down here to see to play for the Miami Dolphins for sure. So anyway, lot of different pieces to it. And then the Malik Willis thing is really interesting to me to see what's going to happen. Very interesting to see if we might be out of the game. They might already know we have no chance, or, because he may have some chances to play on some other teams that look better or paying him more money and all those things. But I'll tell you what, there's a shortage of quarterbacks. One thing that never changes in this league every year, there is a shortage of quarterbacks. Hell, we got 2 or 3 teams that have penciled in a guy, and yet people are saying, I don't know if he's good enough to play. That Minnesota Vikings, I would think that'd be a really good place to play right now. You're looking to get your career going, throwing to those guys, and they're not sure McCarthy can play.
I think they got to give that another chance, don't they? After giving up Darnold.
Yeah, you
kind of made the wrong choice.
No. You're right. He gets first shot at that.
It just sucks. There's no QBs in this draft that
Hey, there's a lot of people.
Right?
There's a lot
That's
of people.
Disappointing.
Don't think the guy in Atlanta Falcons can play. He's hurt.
Penix. Yeah. Dolphin Neil, by the way, just tweeted to us. He said, "Sorry, but 22 or 23 were not special. If we had won the Super Bowl, then it would have been special."
That's true.
When we look back 5 to 10 years from now, we're going to remember what a waste of talent we had.
Yep. That's fair.
I mean, they were the most entertaining season.
They were entertaining,
but
what did we win? 11 games that one year. We 11-6.
What's the difference?
Not didn't win. Didn't win enough
11,
games.
12, 8, 9. It's all the same, right?
Oh, we had the one year we had a 2-game lead on the Bills. And
yeah. Was that the Titans year?
That was the Titans loss.
So the Titans loss is that was the turning point for everything, it seemed like.
We had the 13 or 14-point lead with basically no time left, and
everyone
they did
left.
Everything
Monday night
right.
football game.
They were throwing dump-offs, and they ended up being 45-yard gains. It was bad on both ends. Couldn't get a first down. Anyway, they come back
Tyreek got
to
hurt
win.
in that game.
So
right? Did he hurt his ankle on one of those hip drop tackles?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
That game is where it all came unglued.
But then you're going there. Now you're looking at the schedule going, oh, we lost that game. And now you look and you go, we got the Ravens and the Bills, the last 2 games of the year. And we go up there with chance still to have the best record in the AFC, and we get clobbered by the Ravens. Remember that game Lamar had? Perfect QB rating. Good.
Ravens have clobbered us a lot.
And then we came home and still had a chance, played the Buffalo Bills as tight as you can, and give up a return on special teams, which just costly stuff. But you're right. No, Dolphin
Pretty
fans
sad,
going, that's not enough, man. You're right. That was had a chance to get the 12 wins early. Had a chance to get the 12 wins against the Tennessee Titans. What was that quarterback's name? That was the best game he ever had in his career.
Oh, Levis.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, he's really good in this game. Remember, he's completing passes down the sideline, and he was just
running and throwing, and
just killing us. Oh my God, he looks great.
Is he even in the league anymore?
I don't know. Sure he is, but
we just don't know where.
We're just not sure where. Places unknown at this point.
Yeah.
Boy, that was when you look at losses through the years, not the ones late in the year, but that one at home,
crushing.
That one at home, and had a couple plays go our way at the end to give us a nice lead. And you're going ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Make them, take their time going down the field, keep the ball in front. And they were throwing dump passes underneath, and those guys were running and then breaking out and getting out of bounds 30 yards down the field. It was just, and then you go, you better get a first down at the other end. We didn't get that, and ends up losing that game. That was a rough one for sure. That was
someone said that's our new starting quarterback. We try to find Will Levis. I don't know where he is, but
big weightlifter. Wasn't that the knock on him? He was big into the weights.
Remember he got that commercial too? Was he promoting mayonnaise or something?
I don't know.
I think he was promoting mayonnaise.
He's about ready to start doing that backup commercial that everybody does. What's they get all the backup guys? The guys, this guy's been on 14
He's still on the Titans.
Is he?
I guess.
I think he's Cam Ward's backup.
Oh, he missed last season. Said he had surgery, missed last season.
There you
He's
go.
hurt.
Shortages of all those guys, though, man. But
maybe they should trade for him.
You know what's funny? Woody, you're probably right. If you look back at the last 5 years and the losses and the one, it would be that one at home against
that was horrible.
The Titans.
Yep.
You're right. That was the one. That the rest of those games, like, yeah, you're playing, but you got the division one. That was going to be it.
I'll never forget that game because I was in the shuttle back to the Brightline train. We left when it looked like it was decided because I had my son there. He had school the next day, and people on the shuttle just started.
You don't have to justify why you left early. A lot of people do it.
It looked like they had it.
Everybody's got different reasons why I love that.
But anyway, I hear the guys in the front of the bus.
I just want to get home to beat the traffic, actually.
These guys are watching on their phones, and I just hear a lot of cursing from the front of the bus. I was like, what the hell's going on?
You're going, no way,
no
right?
way they lost this game.
Yeah.
They did.
They did. 2 drives. That guy's 2 greatest drives he's ever put together. That was it. That was ball game.
He could be ours. We could have him if you want.
All right. Hey, listen. No. We got Kyle Krabs, the host of Locked On Fins and NFL analyst for A to Z Sports, going to break down John Eric Sullivan's next moves as well as what took place yesterday. 4 veterans were released and talk about the cap a little bit as well. All that's coming up next. Stay with us.
Let's go. We can now prove that most of us